Swamp, nigga, swamp. What's going on? This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media. Of course, I am Greg, and we are back. Well, I am back, man. I told y'all, man, Jason is missing in action, man. I gotta have a serious conversation with everybody here that supports the channel. I gotta have a real conversation with everybody here. Jason has told me personally that he just feels like you guys don't support the live streams, man. Support the channel like that, man. So I have to say, I gotta start off by asking you guys, please support the channel. I had 2 Cent reach out to me a little bit ago, and she gave me some advice, and she said, Greg, you got to ask people right from the beginning of the show. She said, Greg, you got to ask people to support the channel. We need your super chats. We need your super thanks. That's how we run the channel. And she was surprised that I said that we barely break even every month. She was shocked by that because she told me that she believes we have one of the best YouTube channels that are out there covering boxing in terms of how we produce it, what we can do here. So I got to start off by asking you guys to please support the channel through super likes, super thanks, and make sure you smash the like button, man. Smash that like button so I can get Jason to come back, man. Y'all ain't seen Jason in like 3 weeks, man. He's abandoned the channel, guys. I don't know what to say. You barely see him, right? Good God, Jason. Come back, brother. We love you, man. We love you. All right, before I jump into this boxing content, let me do this real quick. I'm sorry, guys, but I did not turn the AC on in my basement. And I feel a little hot right now, so let me make sure I turn that on. Let me see here so a brother can cool off real quick. And then we're going to jump into this boxing content. But before we jump into the boxing content, I got to say this. What about them Florida State Seminoles? I saw y'all in the Discord talking about how much Alabama was going to beat us by. What about them Florida State Seminoles? Walt, I know you out there, Walt. I want you to come in here today with your head held high, Walt. We back, baby. Let's go. Let's go. FSU, let's go. All right, I had to get that out there. I had to put my Florida State t-shirt on, man. I had to put that out there. It had to be done. Okay. Now, before we jump into that, make sure you guys smash the like button as well. We got 39 people in the building. Smash the like button so other people can find this content. That is also a way that you can support this channel. When other people find this content, I tell you, we just grow and we grow and we grow. I see people in the comment section all the time saying, I did not know you guys existed. Love the content, love the setup, love the way you guys do things, love the perspective that you bring. So make sure that you smash the like button if you want other people to find this content. We want to become the biggest in the game. We want to actually change how YouTube is done. We want to set the standard, set the bar. And I think we already setting the bar. It's just enough people don't know about AM Sports Media. Smash the like button so other people can find this content. Smash it. All right, man. Also, for the companies that support the channel, Rock Dog Studios. If you guys heard anything about Rock Dog Studios, man, they are just amazing. Everything that they do is amazing. They support this channel regularly, and so much respect to them. And then Nadaz Vodka, www.nadazvodka.com, the best tasting vodka that's out there, African American owned. So make sure that you check them out. Alrighty, let's jump into it. First topic, and I know some of you guys want to get into some of the things we've talked about this week. Mainly old Budget Crawford, and we're gonna get there. But we're gonna start off with the king of the channel, if you will, Errol Spence. So Jermell Charlo called out Errol Spence, and we're gonna go into Mell in general. But I was a little bit shocked that he called out Errol. These two cats have ran together for quite some time, had the same trainer, and it feels like to me. Hold up, before I even jump into this topic, I'm sorry, I did not do what I normally do. I gotta salute all the people in the building. My apologies before I even go to Skills from New Orleans in the building, All Things in the building. Golden, my guy Golden in the building. Jab Queen Boxing, what's going on with you? Edwin Castillo, what's going on with you? Barbara D, my girl, is in the building. Who else we got? Goat 30, what's going on with you, fam? Here for boxing, my guy here for boxing is in the building. He said I'm his favorite hater. I appreciate that, man. You my favorite bud lover, or one of. Pork chops in the building. Y'all did y'all thing, but Bama not Bama anymore. I don't give a damn what you talking about. What Bama is and what Bama ain't. You told me Bama was gonna destroy us. I don't want to hear none of that. Dunn Rick is in the building. Am I missing anybody? $500,000. What's going on with you, fam? Now, I was surprised that Jemell called out Errol, considering, you know, these guys have ran together for so long. Of course, they had the same trainer in Derek James. Derek is no longer the trainer of Jermell Charlo or Errol Spence, so that's no longer a barrier, but still just felt like these guys were crew. And now, you know, Jemell is putting things out there along with other things, and I'm going to get into that in a second, but things out there about Errol Spence, and that tells me that at least there's some level of tear and friction between that organization. And what I do not like about it is that the Bud Buddies get the opportunity to feel redeemed and saying that, yeah, Terence Crawford went in there and tore down the whole crew. That's what they want to say. And when you see things like that, it becomes very hard to argue that particular position. I mean, everything went downhill after that. I mean, the whole situation that we reported on with Derek James, Errol Spence, and Frank Martin, although Frank and Errol still seem to be cool, and Frank is still cool with Derek and all that other stuff, it was put out there, and it felt like it was definitely something that was going on there. Errol and Derek James in the lawsuit there. Jemell breaking up with Derek James. So all these things, man. Who was it? Anthony Joshua was over there, part of the crew. He's gone. Ryan Garcia left the crew, came back only because the trainer that he wanted wasn't available. So all of it just kind of blew up, man. And, you know, they're going to attribute it to Terence Crawford. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But these guys talking about fighting, I got real mixed feeling about it. And it's not like they're really talking about fighting. I had a couple people reach out to me and say, hey, is this a real thing? I'll say this. All I can tell you is that several months ago, I was told that there was something out there for Jemell. It was not described to me in terms of how big it was, just something that, you know, could be substantial. I don't know if that was Errol or not. I was not given any real detail on it. But if it sounded like that, you know, they weren't able to align with Mell at that point. I mean, that's just kind of what it felt like, sounded like to me. That's really an interpretation. I don't know if it had anything to do with Errol. I don't have any information on it. I have not reached out to anybody to try to figure out if it's going on. My gut feeling is it's not, and he was just throwing stuff out there, and that's the reason why I said that on the video. And then subsequent to that, we saw a lot of other things that would suggest that definitely that's not in the making. But I have mixed feelings about a fight between those two individuals. I love Errol. I was a fan of Jemell until the Canelo performance, man. That was terrible. But this fight would be huge in Texas. And if you're in Texas right now, Toussaint, I would love for you to chime in on this if you're out there, because I know you're in Texas. But I think this would be huge in Texas. I mean, a really massive fight in Texas, and probably a massive fight in general. But I just hate to see one of these guys go in there to do damage to the other, man. I always view them as crew. I don't really want to see it. But if it has to happen, it has to happen. And it would be an example of what you should do if in reality you're not related and you are in the fight game. If that's your brother, you should give your brother the opportunity to make money with you by fighting him. So I can understand that too. But personally, I don't want to see it. But I can totally understand it and would definitely promote it on this platform if that were to materialize. But my gut is that is nowhere near materializing. And that's going to take me to my next topic. But before we go there, we got 53 people in the building, but we only got 26 likes, guys. We really got to get the likes up, man. I got Jason on a milk carton, bro.
Need y'all get the likes up, man. Come on, man. Support the channel, support the grind.
Come on, man. Jason's on a milk carton right now, man. Smash the like button so we can get him back on, man. Jason said, man, he told me, he said, Greg, they don't really support us, man, like they support, I don't want to throw no content creators' names out there, but we've seen some of these content creators that got content out there that I ain't gonna lie, it really ain't all that. I ain't gonna knock nobody, but they seem to get super chat, super thanks, and all the likes. So I'm just saying, smash the like button, fam, so other people can find this content. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Smash that like button. Now, moving into this next topic, and I want to skim the comment section real quick to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Let me see. I don't think I'm missing anything. Shout out to King KOB Dog. I see y'all in the building now. But Mell, man, let's go ahead and switch it over to my boy Jermell Charlo. Mell is interesting to me because in reality, you know, he's been talking about. So we thought it was about Spence, right? And this is part of the reason why I was telling someone who reached out to me, I don't really think this fight is about, you know, really having a fight lined up with Errol, but he did some, you know, lion with a giraffe in his mouth, a lion with a boot in his mouth, a lion with what else was it? It was something, a lion with I don't even remember what it was, but it was implying that he would fight Virgil Ortiz. I want to say it was another one, right? So he's talking. No, he didn't have a knife. The one with the knife is the one that I posted. The one with the knife, I created that one. What's going on, Gregory Quattlebaum? 2 cents in the building. The one with the knife I created. And I'll get to that one in a second. But, you know, he's putting all these names out there. He'll fight Boots. He'll fight this guy. I think it was Bud. Bud was one. I think he had a cigar in his mouth or something like that. So I'm like, all right, man, that's cool, bro. But like, really, are you really anxious to get into the ring with all these guys? Would a fight materialize with all these guys? I mean, it would be great if he was really willing and able to make these fights. But, you know, Mel's been out of the ring for like 2 years now. Like, really, are you about to make these fights next? I don't really think so. I think it's dumb to come back after 2 years and try to get in the ring with one of these guys. I don't think that's the right move. So I really just think, you know, my boy was just really learning something about AI. And so I just took the AI that I guess he just learned about, and I created the lion with the knife in his mouth. So I'm going to ask you guys, because I saw a lot of people didn't know what I meant when I did the lion with the knife in his mouth. Does anybody know who I was referring to when I did the knife with the lion with the knife in his mouth? Anybody know who I was referring to then? I'm curious. Just 1 second. I'm looking to see if you guys know. Let me see here. Let's see. Does anybody know? I ain't see anybody drop anything. Yeah, B-Dog knew who I was talking about. That's absolutely right. Bakram. Bakram. He did not mention him. He has a title. See, to me personally, if Mell was really serious, yeah, Creole the Traveler, Florida State, we in the building. If he was really serious, he would have mentioned Bakram and didn't mention him at all. He has a title, but he didn't mention him. Why? He mentioned anyone to me that had a little bit of a name that people would recognize and know. So to me, it was more about creating a buzz. It was more about playing around with AI and less about truly wanting the opportunity to face any of those fighters. We know Boost. We know Virgil. We know Errol. We know Bud. We know all these guys, right? We know Fundora. All that sounds good, but Bakram, a lot of people aren't talking about Bakram. If you just seriously want the smoke, that would have been one of the first names out of your mouth. So I don't believe that he's really looking to really get that smoke with everybody in the division. I just think it was more about getting his name back out there, marketing himself a little bit, playing around with some AI and that type of thing. So it is what it is. But I'll be glad when Mell get back in the ring, if he's gonna get back in the ring. Errol's been out of the ring for too long. Mell's been out of the ring for too long. It's created a gap in boxing as far as I'm concerned. And, you know, we need these guys to be in the sport. Or if they're going to retire, then retire. That's fine too. But, boxing has been missing these guys, specifically Errol Spence. So, it is what it is. Yeah, Nasir Jones. I feel you. Something's weird going on. There we go. Yeah, I feel you, Nasir Jones. Definitely, they don't mention him. He doesn't have a big name. But still, if you want all the smoke, you want all the smoke, dog. If you want all the smoke, you want all the smoke, dog. So get the smoke if that's what you want. And if you don't want the smoke, then stop acting like you want the smoke. That's how I see it. Period. So it is what it is. I don't think there's anything else I want to cover with Mell at this particular time. Real quick, Jab Queen Boxing. Do you have a channel? I'm just curious, man. I love seeing women. I love seeing women in the sport. I think that's amazing. Actually, yeah, I just clicked on it. Yeah, you do have a channel. I just figured out how to click on it. That's what's up, man. You should connect with 2 Cent. Y'all, you got, I see how you got, I see you growing. Your YouTube space is very hard to grow in. 2 Cent is doing her thing. She's growing as well. So, y'all should connect. I think 2 Cent you've been doing an all women's panel, right? So that'll be a nice spot to connect, man. That's, it's pretty good. That's dope. Very dope. Anytime, and if you need anything, please reach out to me. I certainly help where I can. So let's move to the next topic, and that is Keyshawn Davis. And this kind of goes back to the first topic that I was talking about. And I don't care what none of you guys say. These guys have been talking about, I never fight Shakur, man. He like my brother, man. When I was in a real dark place, man, he was there for me and all this other stuff and da-da-da-da-da and this, that, and the third. The older Keyshawn gets and the more mature he becomes in this boxing game, in my personal opinion, it feels like the more he's deviating and separating from that belief and that idea that Shakur Stevenson is absolutely, positively off the table. And the reason why I say that is because of what he just did, right? He is trying to petition the WBO for an opportunity to fight Teofimo Lopez, knowing that Shakur Stevenson is trying to position himself for a fight with Teofimo. And if you are brothers, you guys rock like that, then why would Keyshawn try to take food off your plate? That I don't understand. What's going on with your D-Town Funk? That I don't understand. That makes no sense to me. You two are supposed to be brothers. So I believe that Keyshawn is deviating from that whole idea that everybody in boxing is crew. Not saying that they're not cool. Not saying that they're not team Keyshawn together or not team Shakur Stevenson together. But I personally believe that he is starting to deviate from that thought process that, I need to be looking out for my brother and all this stuff. Keyshawn need to be looking out for Keyshawn, period. And he did that. And for me also, I look at some of the things that Shakur Stevenson says, and I'm just like, dude, come on, man. Like, hey, man, I can't wait till Keyshawn get back. Oh, man, that type of talent, man, is just amazing. I mean, that guy's really special. Like, dude, sometimes I feel like in reality, he is trying to position himself in a way where you ever seen a situation where, and I think probably everybody's done this in the past, but you see somebody and you view them as a threat. And because you view them as a threat, your thought process is, if I befriend them, I can mitigate and reduce the threat that they are to me, because we become friends, and in that area, they wouldn't threaten me. I'm not saying that Shakur Stevenson is afraid of Keyshawn Davis. I don't believe that. But at the same time, I sometimes wonder if he's positioning himself to say, hey, this guy is the biggest threat to me at the division. This would be a problem for me, or he could potentially be a problem for me in the future. We do have a relationship. I want to befriend him to the extent and to the point where he would not be willing to even get in the ring with me. That would never be a concern for me, because he will be not willing to face off with me. Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not. Maybe Shakur Stevenson isn't thinking about that at all. But I sometimes think that that is a possibility. I don't know why you're trying to make any friends. If I was boxing and Jason was boxing and there was an opportunity for us to make millions of dollars, I'd whoop his ass. Jason already know I'd whoop his ass. You know, I beat Jason ass for a cheeseburger and some fries. So you know I whoop his ass for millions of dollars. So I think the guy is trying to potentially trying to befriend Keyshawn Davis in a way that reduces or mitigates the threat that he is to him in terms of getting in the ring and fight. And so I don't personally get it. I don't get it. Period. Yeah, man, I would Jason ask for a cheeseburger and some fries, man. It's quick, fast, and in a hurry. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. I'm trying to get him back on the show, y'all. You know, he keep making excuses. I gotta do stuff with the house, you know, go travel out to California. I gotta do this, I gotta do that, crying and whining like a little. Come back, Jason. The people want to see you, man. They want you to come back. They think that granted, you're Scottie Pippen. We get it. You're Scottie. I'm MJ. You're Scottie. We understand that. But that's a dream team, brother. It's okay to be Scottie Pippen. It's okay to be Scottie. You know? Boy, he gonna cuss my ass out, boy. When he see this, if he isn't already watching it, because he might be already watching it, it ain't gonna be no end to the cuss out. He gonna cuss me from sun up to sundown. Nah, Jay is tired of all these Bud fans calling in each week, man. I would tell you something. I don't think definitely Jason Jason don't understand their perspectives for sure. I think a lot of what they say don't make any sense. But Jason is pretty open-minded in that sense, man. He doesn't get like that. Doesn't bother him. It doesn't bother me either. Let me tell you something. It's so crazy because as much as they say we hate Terence Crawford, we are the biggest Terence Crawford bud hating some bitches to ever walk the face of the earth. We got more Terence Crawford fans as any other channel you will ever want to find out there. My Discord is littered with Bud buddies. The live stream littered with Bud buddies. The comment sections littered with Bud buddies. But they say we the biggest content creators in terms of hate as it relates to Terence Crawford out there. Help me make it make sense. I don't get it. Now, I'm gonna tell you something, Santos. They've been emboldened by July 2023. They've been emboldened. These dudes think that they know all things boxing. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter how logical it is. That the statement that you make, it doesn't matter how logical that statement is. These guys think everything that comes out of your mouth now makes no sense unless you are slobber knocking all over Bud buddies. That's it. I ain't got to say July 29th, you sorry some bitch. I hate Jason Williams and everything about him. The only thing I do like about him is that he's from Florida. Outside of that, I can't stand anything about him. You up there with your Ozempic Uncle Phil and Shigo, but you open your channel up and conduct yourself like a man, and we respect. Hold up. You up there with your Ozempic Uncle Phil. Who is my Ozempic Uncle Phil and Shigo? But what does that mean? I don't know what that means. Here for boxing, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I might be missing something. King K will say I'm 6 days off. What does that mean? All right, man. Let me keep talking about Keyshawn, man. Big C Senior said, man, don't talk about. Oh, Uncle Phil is for none. Hold on. Okay. Oh, sorry. So if Fanon is Uncle Phil, who is Shigo? And what is Shigo? What's up, Benai, right? Oh, ego. Oh, boxing ego. Okay. Dude, I don't be following all that stuff, man. My apologies. I don't follow all that stuff. I don't follow that stuff. Sorry, I didn't even know that's who y'all were talking about. But anyway, let me wrap up this Keyshawn Davis topic. Man, I personally do, a lot of people think that we don't like Keyshawn because he's affiliated with Shakur Stevenson, who is affiliated with Terence Crawford. Man, I actually loved Keyshawn. The more I see him grow, the more and the more he gets a level of understanding as it relates to the sport of boxing, not only on the business side, but on the marketing side, every aspect of it. I feel like he gets sharper. Everything that comes out of his mouth makes more sense. I got a lot of respect for him, man. So I like Keyshawn. I actually really like Keyshawn. So people talking about the Keyshawn hate on this channel, it's just not real. It's fake. It's fake news. Hey, fuck you, Jason. Everybody know I'm not slow, so I don't know what you're talking about. Now I may be behind on what people are talking about because I don't be in the streets like that, and I'll be honest with you, man. I don't really follow other channels like that. I don't really follow what they're doing like that. So, if somebody has a Uncle Phil, I hadn't heard of that. Like I didn't know what that was. But yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, so yeah, love Keyshawn. We're gonna see what's the next step for him. I'm ready for him to get back in the ring. If he gets the Teofimo fight, great. That would be awesome. If Shakur Stevenson get the Teofimo fight, great. That would be awesome. Both of them would get full credit from me from taking that fight. And I'll give Shakur Stevenson the same credit I gave Gervonta Davis for taking the Lamont Roach fight because I thought Lamont Roach was a dangerous fighter. You guys heard here first that Lamont Roach was a dangerous fighter and that was going to be a close fight. You heard that shit here first. Everybody thought it was going to be a cakewalk. You heard us saying this week after week after week that was going to be a tough fight. So I'm going to give Shakur Stevenson the same respect. But what I don't want to see is those of you who said Lamont Roach was a cakewalk and that he was a bum and he was this and he was that, now all of a sudden give Shakur Stevenson supreme respect for the fact that he fought Lamont Roach and or beat Lamont Roach, whether it's a landslide or a close fight. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it because you said the guy was a bum. Yes, Big C, Senior, we are back. The Florida State Seminoles are back. Deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it. Now, I'm not saying we about to go to no playoffs or no dumb shit like that. Now, I ain't no fool. But we're gonna do better than what we did last year. The snub really killed us last year. The snub killed us last year, dude. I don't think people understand the damage that did to the program. And that's the reason why we found ourselves in the position that we found ourselves in 2024. Now, with that being said, we're going to get ready to move on to our next topic. But before I do that, we got 84 people in the building. But, man, we only got 37 likes, man. Come on, man. Come on, guys. This is what we were talking about earlier, man. Help me get Jason back,
Need y'all
man.
get the likes up, man. Come on, man. Support the channel. Support the grind.
We need y'all to get the likes up, man. This is how people find our content. This is how we grow our channel. We just got over 24,000 subscribers. We're trying to get to 30. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers. This is how people find our content. Make sure you smash the like button so other people can find this content, man. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. And oh, by the way, there we go. What the heck is that? What is COP? Jerry Soriano is back. My some things never change. The Oracle. Do you know Keyshawn credit Shakur for saving his life when he was suicidal and would never fight him? Just here to keep you informed with facts. Yeah, I'm aware of that. And that doesn't mean that they won't fight, brother. But I appreciate that, Jerry Soriano. I don't know what COP is, 20,000 COP. I'm not really sure what that is. But very appreciative of it. Thank you, Jerry. Yeah, appreciate that, Jerry. Thank you. What was I about to say? Oh, yeah. Jerry beat me to it. We do accept super chats. We do accept super thanks. That is how we bring you guys this great content. And in the event that Terence Crawford gets knocked the out on September 13th, the following day, I will drop a documentary chronicling how we got to the point of Terence Crawford getting put squarely in the dirt. So, with that being said, you guys support the channel because that's how we bring you that kind of content, the content that you cannot find on any other channel. I don't care what boxing channel you go to that does what we do. You will not find them with the ability to do a documentary. It just doesn't exist. So make sure you support the channel. Alrighty, so let's switch topics here. Budrick Crawford. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This one came up to me, or this came to me when I was playing around with Photoshop, and I was just doing my thing, and I do all of our thumbnails, and I had decided that I did a thumbnail with tears in Terence Crawford's eyes. I had tears coming down his cheeks. Y'all didn't know I could do that, right? I had them all crying and stuff. And then I decided, you know what? I could actually make Bud old. Shout out to Pork Chop, man. Just hit us with the $1.99. Oh, let me play. I got to play something, man. Yeah. Hit me with the $1.99. Bud fans always support. I can't lie, man. Pork Chop does always support the channel. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you. What was I saying? Yeah, so I was playing around with Photoshop, and I was like, you know what? I think I can make Crawford old. And then it popped into my mind. I said, you know what? Crawford admitted that age was going to be a significant factor. Let me go back and find that interview where, Greg, did you say Buzzard Crawford? No, I didn't. I don't think I said that. But I said, let me go back and look at this interview where he talked a lot about, some of the shortcomings he would have moving up to 168. And he talked about trying to put on weight at the age that he was at. He said, man, I'm almost 36 years old, and, I'm trying to go up in weight. And I thought that was interesting because that is one of the things that could potentially be an issue, a significant issue for Terence Crawford. You are 36. He was 36 at the time. He will be, by fight night, he will be a few days shy of 38 years old. 38. And no matter how well you preserve your body, there is a difference between being 38 and let's call it 28. And although Terence Crawford has good speed, Terence Crawford does not have exceptional speed. If any of you Bud buddies in the comment section believe that that's not true, then you're smoking something. He has good speed, really good speed, but he doesn't have great speed. And so someone like a Floyd Mayweather at 38, although he has taken a notch or two back in terms of his overall speed, it is not as noticeable against other fighters because all he did was come back closer to the pack, but he's still much faster than the pack. A guy like Terence Crawford, who relies on reflexes and timing, if your speed is reduced just by a fraction, we saw what happened to Roy Jones. When Roy Jones' speed was affected when he moved down by a fraction, that's all that was required for him to start getting knocked the fuck out. Because Roy actually had a lot of bad habits as well. And Roy has mentioned that Crawford reminds him of him. Now, Crawford doesn't have the same speed, but what Crawford does have is an unorthodox style with some bad habits, okay? And if he is timed correctly, which Canelo is a counterpuncher and could potentially, theoretically, counterpunch him, if he slows down a bit and his timing is a bit off and Canelo decides to punch with him, could be night-night. Could be night-night. So Crawford speed has diminished. He did not look as fast in the Majimov fight. He's moving up 2 weight classes and we ain't seen him in the ring for like a year. So you talking about ring rust? Don't care how he preserves himself. Still get rusty. You're talking about the potential to lose some speed at 38 years old. You don't know when you're going to fall off a cliff. Terence Crawford has many things going against him going into this fight that conventional wisdom would suggest that he is not in a great position. But because of what we've seen in the past, and I'm going to use this as an example, what we saw in the past with Alabama The assumption was they were going to come in there and beat down my Florida State Seminoles because of what you saw in the recent past. But you did not realize that things had changed from that point just a year ago. And so what people are relying on is the Terence Crawford they've seen before. Doesn't mean that that's what you're going to see. And you don't know how age is going to affect them. You don't know how power is going to affect them. You don't know how weight is going to affect them. To make the assumption that it's a foregone conclusion that he will move up and beat Canelo Alvarez, particularly when you say that he'll knock him out, you must be smoking. It makes absolutely no sense. So if it does happen, I wanted you guys, I did that video because I wanted to do a thumbnail with me making Terence Crawford look old. That's number one. But number two, I wanted there to be a reminder, a documentation of what was said, what I said and what was said, which was age could play a factor. And Jason Williams. So Bud is like FSU. No, Bud is nothing like FSU. Nothing. He's like a Nebraska Cornhusker. That's all he could ever be like. Hey, tunnel vision, get out of here with that shit. We are better. Alabama just got the brakes beat off of them. And wait, we're going to beat the brakes off somebody else too. Watch. Y'all going to learn. Y'all going to believe. Y'all going to believe. Sorry, hating some bitches in the chat. Man, I can't believe this. Damn, y'all some hater. Fabrizio, what's going on, man? I don't care what Bud started camp in. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what he started camp in. He's going to get the brakes beat off of him. And that's probably his topic that we're going to talk about here today as well, because, you know, that's one of the things that I planned on talking about. We're going to get done, man. And thank you for making the transition for me. But before we transition into that topic, 73 people in the building, but we only got 41 likes, man. I need y'all to smash the like button. I need y'all to smash the like button. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man. Come on, man. Support the channel, support the grind.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. I got Jason on the milk carton, man. He say, man, they don't support us, Greg. I don't even be motivated to come on, man. They don't support, they don't smash the like button or nothing, man. Smash the like button, man. Let go, man. Let go. All right. Jag Queen say 406 days by the time Terence Crawford gets in the ring. Whew, it's a long time, boy. It's a long time. So Terence Bud Crawford made the comment the other day. I could play the video for you guys. I actually did a video today on the topic. I saw so many people pissed in the comment section. I don't get why people get so mad at me in the comment section. They get so mad. But you know what my theory is about them getting so pissed off about the things that I have to say? The reason why they get so pissed off about the things that I have to say is because they know that there's some truth in what I'm saying. They know there are some truth. Y'all ain't gonna take care of shit tonight, Jason Williams. Y'all gonna get y'all ass whooped tonight. Anyway, there is some truth to what I am saying, and they get upset about it. Terence Crawford said on an interview, he said, let me see if I can put it up real quick. I just want to play it for you guys because I don't want to say something out of turn, because we know Bud Buddies get upset if you don't say one. If you miss one word, they say, Bud didn't say that. See how you lied? You're a lying son, bitch. We hate you. We hate you. But we're going to come back here every day. Bud Buddies are so entertaining. All right, here we go. Here we go. I think this is the video right here. Hold on. Let me see if I can get to the point where he says this. Hold on.
Is the intensity any different than the other camps?
Nah, man, it's always work. Like I said before, you know, each camp we put in 110%, you know.
The biggest challenge of your career, in your opinion?
Yeah, you can say that, but they all
Hold on.
imagine off. That was one of my big challenges.
Or muscle? Like, how is it in that?
Here we go.
Have you put on a lot of weight or muscle? Like, how is it in that department? Because I know a lot of people have said, like, hey, you're fighting a big guy, 160.
I'm going to tell y'all something. Crawford old, y'all. I'm looking at Crawford face. He dyes his beard. He dyes his beard. I see gray on his right-hand side. There's gray hairs all right here along the edge. That means he dyes his beard. He's an old man. Old man gonna get knocked out. Canelo, all his facial hair is natural. He ain't old like that. Crawford old. He gonna get knocked out.
State who's used to fighting guys that are bigger than him, it might be smart to put on a little bit more like mass.
It comes natural with working out.
Yeah.
You know, like I said before, the only thing about this camp different than any other camp is I don't got to cut muscle. I don't got to, I don't got to cut muscle. I don't got to, about this camp different than any other camp is I don't got to cut muscle. Different than any other camp is I don't got to cut muscle. Cut muscle. Cut muscle. Any other camp is I don't got to cut muscle.
Crawford said he doesn't have to cut muscle. The only difference between his old camps and this camp is that he don't have to cut muscle. So if he's coming into the ring, or if you're telling me he's coming into camp at 180, and now he's in shape, and he is saying that he just works himself into shape, he's doing what he naturally does now, and doesn't have to worry about cutting muscle, then that means he was always at 168 pounds. He's a white bully. He been around here pretending that he's 140 pounder. Man, he's a big guy that's been draining himself down. That's it. So he hasn't had a body transformation. The only body transformation he had is when he was cutting himself down by 40 damn pounds. He's a white bully. That's what he is. Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. Terence Crawford comes into training camp at 180. This is where you guys mess up. This is where guys mess up. Fabrizio, this is where you mess up. This is where you mess up. You just told me that Terence Crawford came to camp at 180 pounds, and now he's in shape. So I think it's safe to say that I can make the assumption that if he's in shape, that means he's below 168 pounds because that's the weight limit that he needs to make. So that means at 180, because right now, looking at him, Terence Crawford, looking at him right now, he's still probably about at least 12% body fat, maybe 13% body fat, right? Which means that when he came into camp, he was probably at about 17, 18% body fat. Canelo probably walked into camp at 200 pounds, probably with barely any body fat, maybe probably 10%. Again, when you look up body composition, when you think about body composition, Terence Crawford has a lot of what his body composition was when they looked at each other face to face. A lot of what his body composition was non-active body parts, muscle, tissue. Fat is non-active tissue. Okay? So not lean body mass, non-active tissue. He has a lot more non-active tissue. So although he looked the same size, in reality, he is not. He is not. And that's still the problem. So I have deciphered all of this. That number one, he's a weight bully, a guy that walks around at 180, a weight bully. But he is also a guy that is naturally not the same size as Canelo Alvarez. And on fight night, we will all see that come to fruition. Now, maybe some of you guys don't believe that. Maybe some of you guys believe that, Greg, you don't know what you're talking about. You're full of shit. You got the Errol Spence fight wrong. We got the fight right. That means we know everything about boxing. And maybe Terence Crawford does win. I don't have a dog in the fight, so I really don't give a damn. But boy, if he loses, I'm gonna look y'all in the face. I want to look right in the camera with this one. Boy, if Terence Crawford lose, y'all gonna fucking hate me. Y'all gonna hate everything about me. Because I am already geared up with memes, shorts. I got shorts ideas depending on how he loses. I got show ideas depending on how he loses. I got a documentary already gearing up. I got my documentary right now is about 20 minutes long, and I'm probably about 55, 60% through. Oh, y'all gonna hate me. Oh, y'all gonna hate everything about me. Because, boy, I'm going to tear y'all shred. I'm talking about limb from limb. I'm going to get back all 2 years of being in the comment section talking about Terence Crawford when the video wasn't even about Terence Crawford. I'm going to take all 2 years of that back in 2 fucking weeks. Y'all going to hate my damn guts. But I kind of like when people hate me, so. Gregory Quattlebaum just hit us with the $5. Appreciate you, man. Let me play something. I got to play something, man. Yeah. Salute Greg. 2 Cent has a network of 3 distinctive shows. So does Jab Queen. Both are 2 Cent all-women show on Friday night. They are both beloved. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Jab Queen and 2 Cent. 2 Cent my girl, man. So she know I love her. And I support everything she does. Jab Queen, I think this might be the second time I've seen you. And hey, just let me know. Any way I can support, I certainly will. And I definitely come and check out your show. For sure. I'm gonna start trying to do my Friday evening rants again. Things have been incredibly busy, but I'm gonna start trying to do my Friday evening rants again and pick something that I usually do a rant when something has pissed me off. So yeah, I'll probably start doing that because there's a lot of things that piss me off. Greg stocking weapons like Iran. Oh yeah, I'm dropping bombs over Baghdad. I am going to crush them. That's what I keep telling people. He better win. He better win. Yeah, pork chop hits with the $4.99. Show your reaction when you have to leave all that shit. Hey man, so first of all, most of this stuff is only ideas in my mind. The documentary is the only thing that I have to work on. And I'm very intelligent with how I did it. I can take it and chop it up into something else if I choose to. So it's all good. We'll see what ends up happening. We'll see what ends up happening. Period. We'll see. We'll see. When did I call you a dummy? Are you talking to me, 2 Cent? I don't recall you calling me a dummy. Boy, Fabrizio is the biggest damn hater I've ever seen. My boy Tunnel Vision said Canelo in 8 to 10 by TKO. My boy Ryan Prentice in the building. Greg usually only gets this excited when a bad B falls off. Yeah. Yeah, I love that too. I love when a chick back in the day who thought she was real sexy, she probably actually was real sexy. But man, when they fall off, yeah, I love that. I do. Well, only the ones that diss me when I was younger. Yeah, I love to see them. Yeah, they didn't think I was gonna come this far either. Okay, let me snap back. Ryan just PTSD. All right, man. Before I move to the next topic, we got 96 people in the building, but we only got 49 likes, man. We need y'all to smash the like button, smash the like button and show the channel some love, man. We appreciate the super thanks that we've gotten today, but we would love to get more super thanks from you guys. We appreciate that, man, because we need it. This is how we bring you guys this content. This is how Jason and I can do documentaries. This is how we can do those amazing thumbnails. This is how we can do all these voiceovers and all that stuff. It's through you guys. So that's how we do it. We appreciate it. Smash the like button so other people can find the content so that we can grow the channel to 30,000 subscribers. We're trying to catch up. I tell you one thing, Terence Crawford getting knocked out, man. We're going to go to 30,000 subscribers. We probably going to go from 24 to like 28 like overnight. That's why I want him to get knocked out so bad. If he goes down, if Terence Crawford goes down, man, I'm already going to do the live stream, right? Then we're going to do the after party, right? After the live stream. Then I'm going to stay up that night to complete the documentary. Then we're going to do the morning after. We're going to call that like that's going to be like the funeral. And then the afternoon, this Norman show, that's going to be the celebration. So that's how I kind of got it staged. Like it's going to be the fight party, the knockout, the after party where we can start to hear some of you bitches cry. Finish the documentary. We'll actually watch all the aftermath, finish the documentary, do the funeral, and then do the celebration afterwards. Like it'll be the repass. Like the show today will be the repass. So the funeral will be his career because at that point, if he gets knocked out, considering that Terence Crawford fans said that he was this and he was that, he was this and this, that, when he found an opponent that he couldn't pick out and use his ways of manipulation and being an opportunist to actually select an opponent, and he ends up getting knocked out, that would then shamble. That would destroy the myth of Terence Crawford. And then that would be the funeral. I'm not talking about him like actually dying or anything. Don't take it that way. But it would be his career died, right? And then the Sunday show it'll be the repass. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. Hey, if it's another L, it's another L. But guess what? It's really not an L because I don't have a dog in the fight. Canelo's not my guy. D-Town Funk, Canelo's not my guy. He's not my guy. So it doesn't matter to me one way or the other. It is what it is. But anyway, let's go ahead and move to the next topic. All right, let me go. What else I got? Well, where we at? Oh, we at 56 minutes. All right, let's go to this one. Boom! Bomac is back talking. Bomac is back talking as usual. Hold on, let me see something here real quick. I want to look at the channel. All right, so I want to see, have we gotten any subscribers since we've been on? Yep, we've gotten 1 subscriber since we've been on. Awesome. Bomac is back around here talking. And Bomac said he has never led us astray. Bomac told us what was going to happen in the Errol Spence fight. But this is the thing that I say all the time, man, is that you really got to think about like conventional wisdom. Conventional wisdom suggested all along that Errol Spence was going to lose that fight to Terence Crawford. Car accident, inactivity, not living the appropriate lifestyle. All those things suggested that he would lose to Terence Crawford. Conversely, size, moving up 3 weight classes, adding weight that naturally is going to impact you as a fighter. All those things would suggest that Terence Crawford is going to lose this fight. And people are not necessarily listening to that part. They don't want to listen to that part. That part right there, they want to ignore. But it's all considered conventional wisdom when you really think about it. But before we go there, yeah, G8 Jack, and I'm gonna start. I got to get my system set up correctly. Start showing you guys in your messages. I don't know why, but the functionality on this has not worked. But G80 Jack hit us with a 499. I predict Crawford will be up 5-2 going into the 8th. And then be brutally knocked out by sentiment. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Oh, that would be so amazing. Oh, man, that would be amazing because I could see the look on people's faces. I know what they're going to look like. Oh, it's going to be amazing. But Bomac is talking. And he's saying that Canelo Alvarez, because people are talking about the size and the power, and he's saying, well, you know, what offsets power? And he said timing. Well, help me understand, because I always thought timing offsets speed, not necessarily power, unless you're talking about timing in terms of getting out of the way. Particularly in a situation where your timing is, just because you can punch between punches doesn't mean that you are going to actually even hurt the guy. So, and he thinks that Canelo Alvarez will be gassed by round 7, 8. And don't get me wrong, we know Canelo. Canelo has struggled with endurance for a while now. I mean, that's nothing new, right? By round 6, 7, 8, he starts to slow down. But I would argue every fighter starts slowing down by round 6, 7, or 8. I just think that Canelo slows down maybe a little bit more than others. But one thing that I will say about Canelo is that I think Canelo can punch for all 12 rounds. Usually, even when a puncher is tired, they can still punch, because punching, when you can punch, you're using your whole body. Your body is torque. So even with tired, like if you get your arms are tired and you're not punching as much, but you can get torque on a punch and still be dangerous to knock a guy out. Mike Tyson knocked Buster Douglas down with around 6, 7. Mike wasn't in shape. Mike wasn't in shape to go 12 rounds. So I don't think that that's something that you should rely on. I think that they're focused on bringing Terence Crawford in the ring at a weight that's going to be below 168 pounds. And personally, I think that's very smart to do. I think that's the right thing to do. But I've never liked the game plan of relying on a fighter to get tired. I think that is an incredibly stupid game plan. Because what if the fighter doesn't get tired? And so, could he get tired? Yeah, possibly. Could he also knock Terence Crawford out before round 7 or 8? Absolutely, because he got enough power to do it. So it'll be interesting to see the fight. I want to see what Terence Crawford does when Canelo lands. Crawford, everybody, I personally think Crawford doesn't have a good style for Canelo. I don't think he has a good style for Canelo. And the reason why I say he doesn't have a good style for Canelo is that his style is predicated off of being a counterpuncher and catching you with stuff and hurting you when he catches you with counterpunches. I think when he gets in the ring with a guy that he can't hurt, that's gonna be a problem. Because if Canelo eats a shot or two and say, "Oh, this is nothing," and I'm gonna come in with a high guard and put something out there for him to react to try to counter and punch with him, and he lands on Crawford, which he absolutely can because Crawford is very hittable. This fight could end in devastating fashion. It could end in devastating fashion. So, do I think Crawford could potentially win the fight? Yeah, because if he can maintain range, get off out of range before Canelo can connect, and he can do that all night long, kudos. He can win the fight. If he cannot do that, he's going to lose. That's just that simple. I agree with you, Santos. Everybody has landed on Crawford. Everyone lands on him. And I'm not talking about, it's boxing. You will get hit, right? So I don't want to say that. But I'm talking about everyone lands on Terence Crawford clean. That's the part that's throwing me like, how are you guys missing this part? Like, everybody, Spence was landing on him. Spence just looked like a dead man as it related to his power. And he just looked like he didn't have anything. But Spence landed on him. Like he can be landed on. When Canelo lands, it's gonna hit different. And we got to see how he reacts to it. If he reacts to it, if he can take it, if you tell me today Terence Crawford can take Canelo's power, I got Crawford winning. I think the problem is he won't be able to. He won't be able to. I'm about to open up the phone lines. And the only person I want to hear from right now is FSU. Right now, I just want to hear from FSU. I'm going to open up the panel too. I'm going to open up the panel as well. But right now, the only person I want to hear from is FSU. Because he need to come in here. We got to celebrate. I want to hear from Golden too. Golden, my boy. I want to hear from Tucson. I wish Jab Queen would jump on as well. Jab Queen, I would love for you to jump on as well if you're willing to do so. But I got it open for FSU Walk. Let me grab it here real quick. I'm gonna drop it in the the comment section and pin it here real quick. The number, and then I'm also gonna put the link so you can come on the panel as well if you would like to. Let me see here. Pin that and then take this and then drop that there. Oh, if you want to join the panel. But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. And here's something else that I don't understand. And if you guys, guys, help me with this because I really want to understand this. I hear people in the comment section saying, you only doing Terence Crawford. Do something other than Bud. Do something other than Bud. So typically when Terence Crawford is not fighting, we don't do any content on Terence Crawford at all. This is the big fight that's currently going on. As a content creator that follows boxing, why would I not be talking about Terence Crawford? I'm trying to understand why that makes sense. I'm personally trying to understand why that makes any sense whatsoever. If you guys could help me with that, boy, I'd be much appreciated because I do not understand it whatsoever. But Bud, he got an uphill battle, man. He talking like he confident, but I don't believe he is confident. I don't hear the same confidence that he had when he was getting ready to fight Errol. He was sitting there, man, I'ma gut him. I'ma fillet him. I'ma gut him. I saw him talking. Oh, let's listen to this. Let's listen to it. Hold on. I still got it up. Listen to his voice.
I don't gotta, watch what I do in strength and condition. I can, go fully all out.
I mean, he was talking different when he was Errol. I'ma gut him. I'ma gut him. I'ma gut him. Hey, the other day, Bomac was like, yeah, we gonna beat him. We gonna whoop his ass. Now, it ain't gonna be no cakewalk. Hold up. But 6-8 months ago, when the fight wasn't materializing, you said Bomac basically said it was easy work. Bomac said it was easy work. Man, Terence Crawford, his voice all cracking. I mean, I ain't really gotta go to work. I could just, I ain't gotta just, cut the muscle and, right now. I mean, he not me. He not me. I know people try to compare our careers and say he like me, but I'm not like him. He not like me. He trying to get to where I'm at. And so, guys, I'm gonna get knocked out on September 13th. I know he gonna knock me out, but I really wanted this payday, man. This is how I'm gonna feed my kids. This is how I'm gonna build generational wealth, and it's worth getting knocked out. So, I mean, that's where I'm at. That's what he basically saying, fam. That voice does not feel confident. That voice does not feel confident. I don't think he's confident. I don't think he's confident. Bud buddies, are y'all hearing something different? All right, we got somebody calling in. Let me see who it is here. Somebody done jumped in. Okay, I think I know who this is. What's up, Hater?
Golden.
I know. What's up, Hater?
That's all, Hater.
What's going on with you?
Not much, man. I've been waiting on you. Mm-hmm.
Why you been waiting on me? What I do?
Y'all on that bullshit. You and 2 Cent need to cut that out. Tell me the last time. What last fighter ever that hit Bud over 100 times in a fight?
No, I'm not talking about that.
No. They say that Bud is the most hit. He always get, stop it. The last time, I mean, you can't tell me the last time somebody hit, damn, that 90 on Bud. Hit him over 90 times. So y'all need
Can I explain?
Yes, please do.
Okay, let me explain to you. All right, so when you talk about Terence Crawford, right? Do we get, when you talk about number of punches landing on him, that's not what I'm referring to. I'm talking about punches that end up landing very clean on him. Now, the reason why the number of punches aren't very high is because he's such a great counterpuncher. And because when he counterpunches you, he can hurt you with those counters. So people are very careful. Canelo is a different animal. Canelo is a blockhead pit bull. Those same counters that were hurting guys at 147, they're not going to have the same effect on Canelo. So if Canelo gets
Greg, you don't know that Canelo don't slow down. Canelo is not as lucky what I think he is, man. Canelo is not all there, man.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about his chin. We're talking about his chin, though.
I'm talking about that chin. That chin. Listen here, it's the placement of the punch. Okay, me and you both know that. If he hit Canelo in the right spot, he can hurt him.
Okay. So why nobody else can seem to hit him in the right spot then, Golden?
Hey, I had a sliders like that. I've seen him take some punches now. Just like
I'm talking about
Sean Porter ain't never been stopped. Nobody said nobody couldn't stop something. He stopped Sean, didn't he?
Hey, we done seen Sean Porter knocked down several times. Nobody ever said Sean Porter couldn't be stopped.
Man, ain't nobody stopped Sean Porter. But nobody was thinking that.
That's fine. But nobody was thinking that Sean Porter could not be stopped.
I think Sean got a good bid on him, man.
For 147. How long you think Sean Porter lasts against Gennady Golovkin?
Shit, he didn't last. He wasn't last. I don't know. It all depends.
He wasn't. He wouldn't. He wasn't. Just like my boy, and I love my boy Kell Brook, but he went up there, man. He got dog walked.
Oh man, Kell was doing good till he got an eye socket messed up. It was doing pretty decent.
Yeah. Crawford gonna be doing decent until he get his motherfucking eye knocked into the back of his skull.
That's what they said. They said Earl's gonna take his eye. He want to take Earl's eyes.
Man, stop it. Stop talking about taking eyes, man. We off that.
and then you got the nerve to holler about Errol wasn't landing. What Errol wasn't landing on Bud? Errol wasn't landing nothing on Bud. Bud been playing with Errol.
Okay. All right, man. All right. Man, your boy, hey, he better win.
Listen, I really think Bud could have really embarrassed Errol and stopped Errol earlier if he wanted to. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even want to talk about that fight no more. I want to talk about this Canelo fight.
I don't want to talk about it either.
Yeah, because, that's a nightmare for all y'all, but I don't want to talk about that. I'm telling you now, if Bud get any kind of advantage on Canelo, it's going to be to the body. It's going to be to the body.
So let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's two parts. If the game plan is just simply to attack Canelo body, why hasn't anybody else been able to execute that game plan successfully? That's number one. And then number two, what is typically open when you go to the body? When you throw to the body, there's a trade-off, right? So what do you leave yourself open for?
It depends. You can leave yourself over for a couple of shots. You could counter hook, counter right. I mean, and you can leave yourself over. But you got to go back. Look at that Harry McGill fight. He beat Canelo to the body, but he took Canelo body ass up.
Did he lose?
He beat Canelo body down.
Didn't he lose?
Yeah, he was a loser. But I'm trying to figure out, what everybody think Canelo gonna go and just dog walk Crawford. He gonna knock Crawford out.
I ain't say that. I don't think he gonna dog walk him. I don't think he gonna dog walk him. I think Crawford is gonna have success in the early rounds. I think what's gonna end up happening is that Canelo gonna just be hitting them arms, hitting wherever he can hit, landing wherever he gonna land, and then Crawford's gonna end up doing something that Crawford does, and Canelo's gonna throw a punch that looks like. Here's what I think gonna end up happening. I think Canelo gonna end up throwing a punch that looks like a hook, but he's gonna loop it upstairs and put your boy right into the dirt. Hold on, real quick. My bad. I gotta call out this. Capital just hit us with the $1.99. Appreciate you, fam. Didn't make a comment, but still I got yeah. Appreciate you, fam. That's what I think gonna end up happening.
No, what if Bud catch him with something and mess him up? Then what? Then first thing you gonna holler about Bud on something. He got something in the gloves.
Yeah, basically.
At least you honest, man. At least you honest, bro. At least you know what? That's why I mess with you. Oh, let me stop the presses right here, right quick. I gotta go back. Congratulations to the Florida State Seminoles.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
Trying to tell you, boy, man.
Woo! Now I gotta keep it 100. Besides Georgia, Florida State's the only other team I really like in college. I always been in Florida, even with Bobby Bowden and boy is back there. Boy, I love the Florida State. Besides Georgia, man, come on, man.
Yeah, a lot of people from South Georgia is really they big time Florida State fans, man. And so, yeah, man, appreciate the support.
I can't stand the Florida Gators, man. I hate Florida Gators. They look, I hate the guy that Alabama.
Yeah, man.
Anybody that play Alabama and beat Alabama, I love it.
Yeah, man, same. I'm glad.
I had to get that out. You should have seen me yesterday, Greg. I was in here doing cartwheels yesterday.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Dude. I was on my patio, man. I know my neighbors heard me screaming, man. I was dancing all around, dancing all on it. Hey, man, my daughters were out
I
there
said,
with me, man. I was screaming all out, man. I'm like, yeah. So I know they heard me, man. But yeah, we got in them. We got in them yesterday.
yeah, man. And my partner lived down in Texas. He's a Texas fan. But I told him Ohio State was gonna beat them yesterday, and I loved that game there too.
Yeah, I knew they was gonna lose too. I knew they
Cause
was
me
gonna
and
lose.
him gonna beef when Texas and Georgia play, boy, they're gonna be on.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
All right, now let's go back here and get the bug. But like I said, it's gonna be a very interesting fight. I mean, it's gonna be.
It's
We all sit here,
interesting,
we
man.
talk our shit or whatever so far on, but I think that's gonna be one of the best fight. They're gonna both of them. I think both of them gonna bring the best out of both of them.
I'm looking forward to the fight, man. You know, I nobody really asked for the fight, you know, and I agree with that. Nobody asked for the fight, but at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
man.
you know, it's intriguing to try to understand, you know, what's going to happen in the fight, not knowing, because I do believe Crawford is a more complete, better skilled fighter than Canelo, and so if you took size out of it, I would tell you that I believe Crawford would win, but size does exist. So you got to factor that in. And then with him moving up weight classes, man, it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. You know, as much as I say I want to see Terence Crawford get put in the dirt, it'll sting for a little bit. It'll sting for probably about the first 5 minutes. First 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna start thinking about all the celebration, all the damn shorts, all the documentaries, all the videos. Hey, Golden. I'm gonna be dropping video. I'm gonna be dropping 4-5 videos a day. It's shit gonna feel like No Limit albums dropping.
Listen, I already told you the last time we was on here. Go ahead on and re-edit that shit, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead
Okay.
re-edit your documentary
Okay.
and come on. And in the beginning, I want you to say, Mr. Crawford, I apologize to you, sir. You is the man. You feel what I'm saying? You're the
I will
man.
say no.
Okay?
I will say no such thing.
Huh?
I will say no such thing. Now, one thing I won't say is if Crawford goes out there and kind of, there's two ways that so if Crawford just, you know, I mentioned it earlier. If Crawford in range, get off and can get out of range fast enough, kudos, man. You deserve to win. If Crawford can continuously catch Canelo with shots that he doesn't see to the point where Canelo starts to become hesitant and stuff like that, and then Crawford pulls out in the late rounds, I could see something like that. That's, you know, maybe. But if Crawford goes in there, man, and is hurting Canelo in round 2, nah, man, I don't believe Crawford is on nothing. I said it multiple times. I don't think Crawford is a cheater. But man, you ain't gonna tell me that a dude moving up from 147 that no other dudes have been able to do, but this dude moving up from 147 can do. Fuck out of here, man. No, sir.
Man, boy, for to hurt a lot of people feelings, man.
But what if your feelings hurt? If Crawford if Crawford get put in a Amir Khan like coma, how would you feel?
I think it's a real car. Damn, that fucked up, Greg. Don't say anybody but a real car.
but I want to understand your mindset. If all of a sudden Canelo catches him with a punch that and he is laid flat.
Listen, I'm gonna put it like here. I don't think I could be more hurted in the other two fighters I saw that lost that hurt me the worst. One, when Tolliver got that lucky ass punch and knocked Roy Jones out.
I watched that live.
Wow, you. Ooh, I was in here crying. And
see, Tava from Orlando.
With Deontay Wilder lost, he got his ass knocked out. That shit, I can't even look at them. I can't even look at them two fights.
So Wilder didn't bother me as much, but man, when Roy, I never forget. I was in college when Roy got knocked out, and
man, come on.
That's when they had those boxes, those descrambler boxes, and I came in there and I descrambled it right before the fight, and I knew Roy didn't look because Alton Murchison had said that Roy was starting to get hit with stuff that he had never gotten hit with before. Man,
It
when
wasn't that Roy came down. Roy should have never came. Roy lost 15 pounds of muscle.
should never came down, man. Should never came down.
He should have never came. When he
that's what's gonna happen
when
to
he
Crawford.
fought Toliver that first fight, and he beat Toliver that first fight, I wouldn't have came back and gave him no rematch.
He shouldn't have gave no rematch. He shouldn't have gave no rematch. Man, when you cut muscle like that, like Terence Crawford been doing over the years, it affects your body. So when you then balloon back up, that's how you get knocked out. So the way Roy got knocked out, I expect to see Bud like that, right on the canvas.
Ooh, man, listen here. That day, look at as we talk about it now, I see that punch now. And then he came back too quick in his next fight. He wasn't he was still gunshot. He was still gunshot. He got knocked out again. He got hit in the back of the head and got stopped. Roy didn't come out looking good till he fought Trinidad. That's when he kind of came back and got himself.
Hold on, real quick. I got to give Jerry Soriano some love. He just hit us with the 10,000 COP. I don't know what that is. It must be another currency or some type. But hold on. I gotta let my boy in the building too, real quick.
Look at it. Hey, Greg, look at it. If they're $10,000, me, you finna go party.
No, it's some kind of other currency. I think he might be in like a South American country or something. But hold on, let me read this. Let me read this comment. At this point, Greg numb. Greg cool as a cucumber. Ain't nothing Crawford can do to him that he ain't do before. A man with a broken soul is dangerous. All right, all right. Let me go ahead and hit you with the yeah. And then let me get my boy in. We got another player hating buster in the building. What's going on?
Man, I heard some hating over here, man. I had to call in.
I don't know what you're talking about. What you mean? Who hating?
So, you hate, man. You your normal activities, man. Your default setting.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. What do you mean? Explain to me what I said on this. Let's hate.
What you said? He gonna put him in the dirt. That what you said?
I said who gonna? Yeah, Canelo. I think there's a lie. I think there's a high probability that he will become one with the earth.
Man, he was supposed to come one with the earth 2 fights ago.
No, I never said that. I said that there was 51-49.
You said what?
I said I had to fight 51-49. In favor of Spence.
Man, I don't know, man. All y'all singing a different tune now, man.
Hey, anybody that followed this channel.
Come on, man.
I never said Spence was gonna knock. I said it was gonna be a close fight. As a matter of fact, I could bring up the fight breakdown where I said, matter of fact, I'm gonna do it. Cause you guys, y'all love rewriting history.
Ain't nobody predict the fight to go the way it went. I'm gonna just put that out there. I know I didn't hear nobody predict it.
I didn't either.
So,
But I just wanna I think this is a good opportunity to bring some truth to all of this, because y'all be making stuff up.
How you feel about your boy pump faking? Like he
want to
fight?
Who?
Jemell punk ass.
Jemell.
Yeah, man. Mell ain't my boy, man. Stop, man. Mell foot.
I ain't got no heart, man. Come on now.
I was talking about that too. I was going to say something.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, what I want to say about Mell. Why Mell want to wait the Bud get stripped of the belt, then talk about he come back to fight for the title?
Wait for who to get stripped from the belt? I'm sorry, say that one more time.
You know Mell is in the champion in research for the title that Bud got, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now he trying to come back and fight my man for the interim title, because Bud finna get stripped soon as he step on the ring with Canelo. And then the winner of that fight become the champion. He talk all that shit. So why he wait the Bud move up to 116 about to get stripped to come and want to fight for the title? Why he came back and come out of recess and fight Bud for the title? Then if he would have came back and challenged Bud, we wouldn't be talking about the Canelo fight right now.
Yeah, I think it was because he knew Bud wasn't gonna fight him.
Now he know Bud would have beat the shit out of his punk ass.
I don't think Bud would have fought him after that performance he just put on last time. I think he got to put some work in before people start taking him serious.
I don't think I disagree with that.
Bud said it, but Bud did say that after Canelo fight. He said, "Man, I ain't want to fight that man anymore." After that performance there, he said, "I don't want to fight him coming off a loss." But I'm just saying, Mell faking. He ain't for the fight, Earl.
No, he just learned how to use AI. That's all that was.
I kind of feel the same way, man. Like he just he was playing with some AI, man. Because if he really wanted to smoke, man, he would have been trying to get at Bachram, man. Nobody want that heat. None of them boys want that heat.
Yeah, that's the quickest way to get your stock back. Go after somebody they claim is the boogeyman. Go get it.
Fact. Go beat him. Go beat him. That's an easy way to get it back.
They had already gave him a bunch of money and step aside money, so I mean, it makes sense to go fight him now.
Yeah, Mell ain't finna fight nobody. Mell still shook. He still shook out Bud beat Errol. He ain't want none of that smoke.
Man, I'm just going back through some of these videos. Damn.
Huh?
Bud told that man he next, and then he told James Harden he fighting Canelo next. Boy, that shit crazy. 2 years ago.
I already did that. I'm about to split it.
Well, it aged beautifully, man.
I mean,
it's crazy.
Yeah, here it is, right here. Here it is, right here. I did this film study. Hold on, I'm gonna go to the end so you can hear what my final prediction was.
Doubling up on.
Hold on. I did this like right when we first started as a channel.
He will have to take some shots in order to pull this off.
Hold on.
High guard. Spence is the bigger. The reflexes and counterpunching will pose a problem for Spence. He will have to make it an inside fight where Crawford has shown less of an ability to operate effectively. He can do this by using feints, doubling up on the jab, and changing the pace of the attack. Another strategy I would advise Spence to use is to periodically walk Crawford down behind a high guard. Spence is the bigger, and in my opinion, stronger man. Walking Crawford down behind a high guard will limit the opportunities for him to counter. Ultimately, I expect Spence to fight a disciplined fight behind the jab, putting pressure on Crawford he has yet to experience. He will have to take some shots in order to pull this off, and the early rounds will be rough. But the pressure and the body shots will pay off in the end.
Does that sound like a guy that's saying that it's going to be a wipeout?
Yeah.
No, but
man, get the hell out of here. Wrong. Yeah, a lot of people was wrong. But my point was that I didn't have it. I had it as a close fight. That's it. And I always said it actually kind of happened the way that I said it was going to happen. I said he was going to have to go through hell the first few rounds. He's going to have to take a lot of shots in the first few rounds. I said that. Like people try to make it seem like I didn't know what I was talking about. No, if he would have executed my game plan, he could have won.
Hold on. You talking to a guy that probably watched that fight once a week. I probably watched that fight once a week, bro. The first 3 rounds, Bud wasn't really putting it on him like that. I mean, outside of the knockdown, if you want to call that a bunch of punches, I mean, but outside of that, them first 3 rounds, he wasn't really working him like talking about. It was the 4th round where Bud started walking him.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Snowball effect.
Can I ask you a question? Isn't round 4 an early round? Okay then.
You said it for the
What?
But Greg, why didn't you do a video on Crawford beating Errol? Why didn't you say, well, that's what Crawford would need to do to beat Errol? Like some sort,
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't want to do that. I talked about what made Terence Crawford tough in his video.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that if Spence didn't do what I knew if Spence fought like not this type of fight that I described in the video, that he could lose. Now, I didn't think he was gonna lose that damn bad, but I thought he could lose because I always thought that Spence was gonna have problems with the counter punching. That's why I advised to go behind a high guard, giving him less of an opportunity. You close distance behind the high guard, and then you open up when you get inside. That's the reason why I said do that. Spence tried to box him from the outside, thinking he was a better boxer, and got his ass whooped. And I love Spence. That's my dude, but damn.
You can't just walk him
That
down
jab.
behind the high guard when he punching like that. When he stops.
No, yeah, you can't, because Crawford don't punch like that. Crawford waits for counter punching opportunities. So you got to walk down behind a high guard while looking. You should be walking behind the high guard, moving your head a little bit. And once you close range, you punch with him. I'm telling you, that's what Canelo gonna do. Watch. Canelo gonna walk behind the high guard.
Try that.
Okay.
All right. We gonna see. Well, all right. Errol didn't try that. Watch when Canelo start walking this motherfucker down. He gonna look like goddamn Jason in a goddamn Friday the 13th movie. Gonna start walking that motherfucker down. Watch.
Agreed.
Watch.
He better not pull an Errol in there. You pull an Errol, he gonna look like Errol.
Thank you.
I ain't say nothing about pulling no Errol. Man, okay, man.
No, Errol trying to walk it down and see the fuck happened to Errol, didn't it?
Errol didn't really try to walk. Errol didn't really walk him down.
He tried
It
to.
wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked regardless.
Nothing works against Terence Crawford according to y'all.
But listen,
Not from that
Listen.
type of fighter. No.
Dave,
Okay.
what you gonna say
All right.
when Bud start walking Canelo down?
He owns something.
Yeah.
If Canelo get on the back foot at any time of that fight, boy, they gonna lose their mind.
Yeah.
They lose their mind.
Do I think Crawford could
Go ahead.
if Crawford moves, I mean if Canelo moves backwards, I wouldn't no. Now if Crawford is able to just move him backwards like all fight, yeah, there's something's not right. Because we haven't seen anybody else unless a guy is just much bigger than Canelo, we haven't seen that.
But why wouldn't it be right though? He not them. According to a lot of people, every channel I done been on that talked about this fight, they say he ain't Triple G, he ain't Kovalev, he ain't Bivol, he ain't Floyd, he ain't none of them. So if he ain't like none of them, why would you expect him to be like them and fail to do what they fail to do?
Yeah, the point when making that comparison, the point is he's nothing like them, meaning that he can't do it. He doesn't have the ability to do it. That's why.
That's a lot, Greg.
Well, I'm saying, so you assuming he can't do it because others couldn't do it. That's your
Why? Yeah, I'm assuming that guys that are much bigger than him couldn't do it, so he can't. Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna see then. We're gonna find out.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
When we get the dub, I want you to I want you to go live. I want you to show all the propaganda you was gonna push, and then I want you to just show you deleting all of it. You know what I'm saying?
No, thank you.
Just show you throwing it all away. You know
No,
what
thank
I'm
you.
saying? Because that's gonna be funny right there, man. You already preparing for the slam, but that's nasty work, man. That's
Why wouldn't I?
nasty.
Why
can't believe
wouldn't
you
I?
do that.
Why wouldn't I
Why you-
prepare
why
for
you
what I think is gonna
preparing?
happen?
That's the quickest way to make yourself look foolish because you preparing for this.
Hold on.
already
So let me put this out here. I don't give a shit what nobody think about me. I don't care. That's why I put out there what I believe is true. And I look like a fool. Listen.
No.
Let me
is one thing,
yeah.
but you getting ready to slander this man.
Slander him how?
You getting ready to go on you about to go on a Trump-like slander run like he did Biden. That's what.
How? What do you mean?
You just said you got all this, bro. You got all it planned out. You go have a repass. You got the documentary. Bro, come on, man. This is nasty, Greg. Come on, I expect better from you. Come on.
Hey, look, man. Look. My thing is this. I'm gonna give you what I think, and I try to be very transparent so you guys actually know what I really think. And all I'm doing is being transparent. I'm not giving you no propaganda. I'm not giving you something that somebody gave me to push. I'm giving you my authentic thoughts. So, I mean, can we not appreciate that I'm giving you my authentic thoughts? Like, and I don't care if, so me being wrong doesn't affect me because YouTube isn't my source of income. Okay, there's a lot of people out there, man, I saw, well, I'm not going to even say the gentleman's name because before I know it, I'll be in a YouTube beef. But I saw somebody take a subscriber who was a lady and try to put her on blast, just try to show that they are smart and that they know everything about the sport. And boxing, specifically in YouTube, it has become about you being an expert and you're the smartest man on earth as it relates to boxing. And it's my personal opinion that those people, and not all content creators, but it's those people and their insecurities, and in this space they can be somebody when maybe in other spaces they are nobodies, is the reason why that's created this environment in YouTube. And they are dependent on YouTube to make their money. So they have to seem like they're an expert and that they never get it wrong. YouTube
And
just
guess
breaks
what?
even for me. That's it. That's all it does for me. The things you guys do, it just helps to run the channel. So I don't have a dog in any race. I just say what the hell I think. If it's right, wronger, it's right, it's right. It's wrong, it's wrong. I don't give a shit. But I'm gonna say what I have to say.
You just like me, Greg. Greg, you just like me. Anybody that goes against Alabama, I root for. So anybody goes against Bud, you root for them. That's all to it.
Yeah,
That's
man.
Keep it 100.
Hey, real quick, we got 817 in the building. 817, what's going on with you?
What's good, sir?
What's happening? Who this?
This is Rick.
What's going on, Rick?
What's going on? I think there's going to be another fight where everybody's doubting, but I think the same things that have been said before are not going to happen again. I understand Canelo is a power puncher, but as even Bivol and we all seen, Canelo loads up on shots. So he will not so much cut the ring off, but kind of pressure you, kind of push you up against the ropes, and then load up a shot on your ribs or whatever the case may be. But I don't think that Crawford's going to, number one, just get pushed up, and number one, be there to be hit in these power shots that Canelo is loading up on. I can see Crawford punching in between and making him reset, and that's going to be something that's going to frustrate him. He's going to invest in the head and the body because, I know you mentioned somebody before, but like even when Triple G fought him, Triple G had a lot of jabs. He really didn't do a lot of body work. So I believe that Bomac, Bud, and his team's going to do a combination of body work, pivot shots, and if anything, if I could see if Canelo tries to quote unquote bully him, Bud will tie him up, just tie him up. And one thing you'll know from me, to let me know that if Canelo's getting frustrated, he'll try to pick him up. He'll try to pick up Bud.
Yes, sir.
He will try to pick up Bud at that point, and that lets you know right there he's getting frustrated because, like a gentleman said before, you can tell when Canelo's getting beat up because his body starts turning red. His hair looked like red from 5 Heartbeats in that hotel scene, 9 to 5. But he will get beat up, and the thing is, what I can see as an excuse for everybody, they'll say, well, when he fought Boots hurt him and he didn't report it, or he's aged. Because I mean, right now, look, things are already being said right now. Oh, you see that he was lumped up. Oh, you see, look at his eye. All these different things. And the thing about Bud, you have to understand, Bud is a special fighter. He's not these B-level fighters. He's not C-level fighters. He's an actual special fighter. And the thing about it, he's not going to be a dummy and just say, oh, here's my ribs, hit me. Oh, here's my other side, hit me right there. Oh, I see you loading for a shot. Here you go. No, he's going to hit and get out the way because he's not a dummy. He's not going to sit there and just exchange with him blindly. And I can see, if anything, after he invested enough time, body and head work around the 8th and 9th round, that's when you start to see him exchange, because at that point, then Canelo will have the same effectiveness that he once had early. But he's not going to sit in there in the pocket and be like in the first 3 to 4 rounds, oh, yeah, meet me in the middle of the ring, your shot, my shot. No, that's stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
Canelo lose power in the later rounds. My concern with Boyd, he had to get through the first couple of rounds. Once exactly. Canelo won, that's when Canelo got all the strength at. But once Canelo get in the later round, he don't have the same effect on his punches. And that's when Boyd is going to capitalize on.
Boy, y'all got all this strategy. Y'all got all this strategy. Y'all got all these solutions on how do you get from point A to point Z. And I keep saying that conventional wisdom more often than not wins out the day. And what you guys are doing is you're ignoring all the context and you're pretending as though Terence Crawford going up to 168 is the same Terence Crawford you've seen at every other weight class. And I think when you add that factor in, what you're saying doesn't make sense. It makes perfect sense if you assume that Terence Crawford, you just take Terence Crawford out of 147 and drop him into 154 and he's the exact same fighter, then yep, everything that you say, my brother, I think you are spot on. But it misses the mark because you're missing the context of moving up 3 weight classes and what it does on your body as a fighter who's 38 years old, with extra weight on him, already aged.
37. So he ain't 38, so cut it out.
So okay, 3 days. 3 days.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
I think I hear what you're saying, but I think what you're missing, you're assuming that because Bud is moving up, all of a sudden now he's going to be slower. Because if we're being honest right now, Bud is an actual older fighter. We understand in age-wise. But Bud is a younger fighter in terms of fighting ability. He doesn't have wear and tear on his body at all. Because the thing about it, he hasn't really been in a bunch of wars. He hasn't had the same amount of fights. And the thing you cannot tell me, as a Bernard Hopkins or others, when you go into war, like when he fought Triple G or fought just Bivol more recently, those wars take something out of you. So although I'm a Bud fan, I'm not a delusional Bud fan. Like if Bud was fighting Canelo, who fought Triple G the first time, yeah, I'd be like, oh yeah, I got Canelo, because Canelo looked a lot better. He was a lot younger. Everything was, but he has aged over time. And I think what Canelo fans are doing, they're hoping for him to turn back the clock. Like, oh, he's gonna be the same Canelo from back when he fought Triple G. No, let's call him the same Canelo he is now. The one that, even though he ran from him, he's hurt people before, but he couldn't finish. He knocked down Charlo with like a minute and something left in a round and still couldn't finish him. Charlo still was able to fight 12 rounds for him. Even he knocked down Jaime Munguia, Berlanga, all these, but he wasn't able to finish them. So there's this power stuff. Yes, if he loads up on a shot, but even with him loading up on a shot, he has not shown in over 3+ years that he's able to knock out somebody. Now, you have somebody who's smaller per se, yes, but he has a ring IQ. He's not going to just be there to be hit. And we can also stop this stupid, remember when he got hurt by Gamboa? That was over 10+ years ago. He's fought so many people since then. So
let me, can I comment though? Let me comment on a couple of things that you're saying, because I hear you, but I still feel like it's missing the mark. So you mentioned earlier, or maybe it was toward the end, I'm sorry, I lost everything that you said, but you talked about the fact that he hasn't stopped anybody for quite some time. Berlanga, you talk about Munguia, Charlo,
the smaller guy.
Well, Charlo was running. Let's be like, if you don't want to get stopped, you won't get stopped. Okay, if you're gonna fight in that way, you're not gonna get stopped. But Berlanga and Munguia probably came to the ring 200 pounds. Like, those guys are way bigger than Terence Crawford. So when you start talking about he didn't stop them.
Wait. Charlo didn't have a tummy ache or anything like that. He wasn't have coming to the ring.
So anyway,
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Funny Man. But anyway, so those guys, when you tell me he hasn't stopped those guys are much bigger than Terence Crawford. Let's put that out there, okay? And then I'm trying to remember the other thing that you said in regards to Crawford, but I can't remember exactly what it was that you said. But at the end of the day, the context still matters. Terence Crawford is a smaller fighter moving up. Oh, I know what it was. You said, I'm assuming that Terence Crawford is going to be slower. The reason why I'm assuming that is because of science, brother. Like, everybody that moves up becomes slower. Go look up, what's the dude's name? Darrell. Andre Darrell. Andre Darrell talks about moving up in weight and how he didn't even realize that his output dropped substantially after he put on the pounds. It's a product. but let me finish. It's a product of your cardiovascular conditioning, your system, your heart, your lungs, your veins. I don't care how much muscle you put on, they can't get bigger. They are what they are. So if you operate with at peak efficiency at 154 pounds, using that as an example, you put on 20 additional pounds to go in the ring, you will operate at a level below that, period, because your heart and your lungs cannot do more, period. You can get more acclimated to the weight in terms of taking punches and all of that. That's all perfectly fine. But your output naturally will go down. Your speed and reflexes will naturally go down. And when Roy moved up to heavyweight, you think Roy was as fast as he was at lightweight? That's 2 weight classes. That's 2 weight classes. He was visibly slower.
He's still at the good heavyweight.
No. He still had speed in comparison to a heavyweight, but he was slower. That's my point. I expect Terence Crawford to be faster than Canelo Alvarez, but a step behind what he used to be. I expect him to have endurance at 68, but a couple of steps behind because his heart, his lungs, and his veins are the same, but he has to carry more weight. That's science.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. You a physical trainer and all that?
No, but Jason was.
You got your expertise in any type of physical field, like training and whatever?
Yeah, Jason does. What's your point? And he would tell you the same thing. He would tell you the same thing. Okay, so you trying to? Okay, so let's talk about that.
Hold on. He got. Hey, Bud. Last time I checked, Bud got a strength and conditioning coach too. And
that's fine.
Seen a liquor word.
That's fine.
You got your predictions. You got. He don't see what you see.
I don't give a shit what he says. I don't care what he says. Okay.
So why do you think Bud trained up in Colorado? Why do you think he trained in Colorado?
None of that matters. Hey, guys, listen. You don't have to be a personal trainer or any kind of certification to be able to fucking read. I can read, and I have a higher than average IQ. And I know for a fact that is the reason why. Why do you think steroids exist if you can do all that? If you can move up in weight, be stronger, keep the same endurance and speed, then why the fuck does the steroids exist? Explain it.
So hold on. If he look good, you gonna say he on something?
No, you're not listening to what I'm saying. No, you're not. No. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying real quick. Yeah, let me say this last thing. I'm gonna give it back to you, Rick.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that what I'm hearing being described is not taking into consideration the context of everything, including the fact that he's putting on muscle and all of that, which means his speed will be reduced, his endurance will be reduced. So when you tell me that he's simply going to outlast Canelo in the 7th round, he's going to start putting it on his ass, he's going to have less endurance. And so when I tell you that steroids exist for a reason, because you can't do all of those at the same time. Scientifically, it's impossible. That's why people need steroids. So when I say that, don't sit up and tell me, oh, you're going to say he owns something. No, because he looks good. No. If he looks like he looks and he got a great game plan and he's executing that makes sense. If he all of a sudden, Bud is bouncing around like a motherfucker at round 8 and throwing power shots and look like he goddamn Roy Jones, that doesn't look right. Period. Wait. So
if he ain't gassed by 8 and he still got pop on his punches, you gonna say that don't look right?
I didn't say he's not gassed. I'm talking about endurance versus what we saw before. Terence Crawford will not sustain the same endurance that you saw at 147. He will not.
When have you ever seen Bud fade in a fight? Name a fight you seen Bud fade in.
At 47. How you gonna measure it? He never went the distance at 47.
So who cares if he went? Who cares if he went the distance?
Okay, so I hear what you're saying. So your premise is okay because he's moving up. You're naturally assuming he's going to do a lot of muscle work and everything else. But if anything, you would look at the most recent pictures. It's showing he understands he's not going to do the Charlo effect, and I'm going to balloon up to about 200 pounds, whatever, because he understands Going up there fighting at 200 pounds actually will diminish him. Like you say, he will be a lot slower. So we slimmed down. Like Bomac said, he's walking around like 170, 180, whatever. So he's not investing a bunch of muscle work. He's going to be more like a Mayweather, meaning that he's rather come in smaller so he can retain what is his better thing, which is speed. So that's what I'm saying. Yet even if you say he's just a little half a bit slower than what he was at 147, he's still going to be faster than Canelo. And the thing about it is Canelo has shown he has not been able to cut off the ring. So I don't think all of a sudden now Canelo is going to revert back to Canelo back at least 5, 7, 10 years ago, where he was cutting off the ring and he's stealing all these wonderful shots. Canelo now loads up on his shots. That's everybody. When everybody says he got power, yes, because he likes to push you up against the rope, and then he tries to let you tee off on something. But what if Bud is like, look, I know how to get my left foot outside, so therefore I'm able to turn. I'm not going to be there for those same quote unquote.
Sure, I mean he should. I'm
hitting him. I'm moving around. I'm turning him. I'm hitting him. I'm turning him. I'm moving him up. Anytime he tries to quote unquote whatever, then I'm tying him up for a minute, and then I'm getting back and making him reset. He will get frustrated.
Those are all great thoughts.
I'm not disagreeing with you. He will Terence will be a tad bit slower, but he won't be so slow as where he's going to be like some of these other fighters that Canelo has fought most recently, where they're just going to basically get pushed. Watch for him, because a lot of them, they start off like in the first 2 or 3 games, like Plant, look good in the first 2 or 3 rounds. But like you said before, he and his team, I understand, look, it's not just about him getting loading up on shots, but they understand that Canelo likes to hit in your arms, like in your shoulders, and everything else. But you don't think that they're going to do some of the exact same thing back to him?
Oh, hold on real quick.
Exact same thing back to him.
I got to catch this super chat real quick. We got Boxing Hacker hit us with the $2. Bud isn't adding muscles. He's cutting less muscle. Yeah, I think you guys are still not understanding. Number one, I hear you, Rick. And there's parts of what you're saying that I think is totally legitimate in terms of turning them, things like that. And that's a strategy I said that Terence Crawford needs to go in the ring with. But what I will say also is that Crawford is not a mover, guys. He's not a mover. Please stop with all the he move around the ring. Canelo got to cut him off. He's not a mover. Okay, so that's number one. And then when you say Boxing Hacker is saying he's cutting less muscle, but the point remains is that he has more muscle than what he had when he was at 147. And A.S. Meeks, I don't have to be an MD. Like, I was literally an athlete when I was younger, and I know how a lot of this stuff works. And again, you are born with a certain lung capacity and a certain cardiovascular capacity. That's what you're born with. So at the end of the day, if you add muscle, your cardio is, again, you got a Toyota Tercel engine. You got a Toyota Tercel body. That Toyota Tercel engine is perfectly fine with getting up from 0 to 60 in however long it takes. Let's say it's 8 seconds. Okay, it can perfectly do that. You take that Toyota Tercel body off, leave that engine, and then put a 700 series Beamer on top of it, it will not get to 0 to 60 in 8 seconds. It'll be like 10 or 11. Period. It's science.
But Greg, didn't you say this about an hour ago? Well, yeah, hour and a half ago, when you came on and said Bud was a weight bully. So if Bud was so much of a weight bully, he had all his weight on so long time, so ain't gonna be no problem with him with this fight with his weight. You just said he was a weight bully.
Nope. I explained that as well. But hold on, let me hit Jerry Soriano up because he just hit us with another. I think this is $5 COP. It says, by the way, Greg, you're welcome. Last conversation you and I had, I told you Tanky Tank was fighting Jake Paul next and not Roach. Expect Greg on Fight Week to say size don't matter now. No memory of today. I don't know what you're talking about. And just for the record, I already had indication that fight was a possibility for someone else. So I did not hear that from you. I heard it months in advance. So I didn't think it was going to be next.
Just when it comes to Bud. He said his fight code on Bud.
Hey, man, I'm not. Listen, why you guys get so pissed off because I know what the hell I'm talking about, okay? Don't get mad at me because I read. Oh, no. I was about to explain something. To Goldie. Go ahead, Rick.
The biggest thing is that I think you're also making is that the fact that number one, he was like you said, for say for instance, he's at 176, he has to cut down to 147. To me, that's a more drastic thing. If he's 180 and cutting down to 168, because like I said before, he can focus more on just training. He's not worried about cutting down. But more importantly, the thing I think you're missing is the fact that he's had a year. If he was just, he just fought Madrimov 2 months ago, and he's about to go and fight Canelo in 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, I would agree with you. But he's had time. Him and his team are not stupid. Not going to be like, oh yeah, let's just fight Canelo next week. They've been preparing.
When did Canelo?
A year time. They've been. I promise you, they've been looking at.
When did Canelo?
They've been looking at stuff because Canelo has shown on tape there's ways to be beat. He has been beat. He beat.
That's fine.
Beat twice.
That's all fine.
He had 2 drops.
Hey, Greg, I'm gonna catch you the next time, partner. I gotta go take care of some business.
All right, Golden. All right, let me ask you a question real quick.
Brother.
When did Canelo sign his Riyadh deal? What month?
I don't know, because he had the skull fight, so it had to be maybe sometime last year.
No,
earlier this year.
Yeah, early this year. So so that was the first indication that Terence Crawford had of fighting Canelo. So how is it that he's been preparing for a year?
Because he's been talking with Turkey for a minute. So Turkey, he's been talking with Turkey. So he's been preparing. Trust me, he's been preparing for Canelo for a longer time. And I hear you. Why didn't everybody just use the same game plan? Everybody is not the same type of fighter. Just like you can expect, just like it'd be crazy for Bilal to use as Lara's game plan. They all use different game plans, but the ones that have been successful, we've seen him struggle with, whether it's a boxer moving, whether it's just more puncher output, but it's going to be a mixture of them. And you're going to see it is like you keep thinking, oh, he's muscled up. If he's 180, why would he have to just muscle up? Because him and his team knows, like, they're not dumb. Oh, muscle's going to tire you up quicker. So everybody's naturally assuming that he's going to muscle up to 300 pounds or 200 pounds, and then he's going to cut muscle and do all these other things. He knows it's better for him to come in and lighter, right at 167, 168, so he can have his same speed, his agility, everything else. He's not going to be a big robotic dummy. Yes, he will be slower than 147, but he's still going to be faster than Canelo. He's still going to probably be able to move around more. I mean, I understand he's not the quote-unquote mover, but to say that he's just somebody with cement feet is crazy as well, because he had to do a lot. He did a lot of moving just against Madrimov or whoever else. He knows he has to move around. So therefore, when he was in Colorado, he was working on his one main thing: conditioning. It wasn't about he didn't go to whoever to get muscled up.
Yeah, please.
He went to get conditioning because that's going to be his biggest issue. Let me be the more conditioned fighter. So therefore, after Canelo is kind of spent trying to swing and miss and trying to load up on stuff, I'm gonna be the fresher guy, and that's when I'm gonna start to step on the gas.
So let me ask you a question. So you got Terence Crawford winning, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you're telling me that Terence Crawford has had a whole year to prepare for a fight and that he's the better fighter, correct?
Yes.
And you're saying that he's a special fighter, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, if he gets knocked the fuck out, will you come on here and say that he is not a special fighter and that he was not as good as you guys said he was?
Yep. And
okay.
when he wins, will you say at the same time, yes, he is a special fighter?
No, I won't.
No, it don't work like that. It don't work that way. No, it don't work that way.
No. So
the same.
So we'll see. It depends on how to.
If you can give him his props, because I mean I saw you gave him a little bit of props when he beat Spence up. But look, when he beats Canelo, I want you to come and be like, you know what? I talked to that brother Rick, and he was on it. Terence, I think sometimes we see a bunch of fighters and we kind of overlook the special ones. Everybody knew that Floyd was special, Pacquiao was special, but I would say even back in the day, even though he got some more losses, De La Hoya was special at one point. Roy Jones was special. I trust me, that used to be my favorite fighter, and he was never the same after he got knocked out by Tarver, the second time. It was never the same. But one of my favorite fighters of all time. But it doesn't diminish. But also got to be honest, he had a glass jaw. We just never didn't see it because of how athletic he was at the time.
Yeah,
but,
I think that's Bud too. He got a glass jaw.
No, I wouldn't say because he's been here with shots. He has pretty good defense. I don't say he's Mayweather defense, but he has gotten hit with shots. It's just like I think people over exaggerate the Gamboa shot. Oh, and it did knock him down. It gave him Bambi legs for a minute, but he was able to still recover and knock Gamboa out. He's been hit by bigger punches. Unless people now all of a sudden believe that Gamboa was just the hardest hitter of all time. And
hey, all I gotta say,
it happened over at least 8+ years ago.
So here's my thing, man, and I hear everything that you're saying. The Gamboa stuff, you guys never hear us talking about Gamboa. We don't talk about freaking Gamboa because, to your point, that was years ago at a lighter weight. You don't know what he was going through in terms of trying to make the weight. So I don't really care about it. At the end of the day, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I want to see a good fight. We'll see what happens. You guys think that that Terence Crawford is something that I just don't think he is. I do think he's a really good fighter. I think he's a really good fighter.
He's a great fighter. He's a great fighter.
Yeah, but I personally I think that he is the product of some timing. I think even this is a situation where it's timing, that they feel like Canelo is on the downward trend and that this is the opportunity to fight and make a lot of money and beat him. I think Terence Crawford, and somebody said today that I insult Crawford and all this other stuff because I think he's an opportunist. I think he's a master manipulator and an opportunist. I'm talking about it in a boxing context, right? I think he's an opportunist.
Let me ask you, where was he opportunist at?
Spence, I think he was Spence. I think he was an opportunist with.
Wait. Didn't Spence say he gonna take the easy route when he called him out face to face?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, so hold on. Spence didn't say he was gonna take the easy route.
Yeah, he was talking about.
Back in 18?
Yeah, he talking about the easy route in terms of being able to make the fight.
No. Could the fight have been made in 2018, Greg?
No.
If it got made in 23, I don't understand why it couldn't get made in 18.
I can tell you, Bomac is on record saying that they wouldn't have taken the fight when they were first coming up. Terence Crawford was talking about Keith Thurman. Let's stop pretending. Let's stop pretending. But we talking about this fight right here, brother.
You right. Errol in the past. You right. It's all over. We handled that business. It's now we on Canelo now. You right.
Yeah. So my thing is, let's see what. Hey, you guys have said there's no pressure on me, guys. As much as you guys want to say there's pressure on me, there's no pressure on me because I don't have a dog in the fight. Mm-hmm. I'm not a Canelo fan. I'm not a Terence Crawford fan. But I will tell you this. If Canelo Alvarez wins this fight, it's Viva Mexico from September 13th all the way, goddammit, to I will Mexican flag might be a permanent staple on this channel if he wins.
We understand. And when Canelo loses, but when we want you to use that same energy to be like, you know what? I was wrong. He's an actual special fighter. He's not a good fighter. He's a great fighter. Matter of fact, he's a generational fighter because that's what he is. Because the thing about it is we have to stop minimizing Crawford. Crawford is, trust me, looking at fighters, there's only a few that I would say are elite in right now. I would say Inoue, Crawford, Bivol, Usyk. That's it. I'm talking about elite. I ain't talking about good, whatever. I'm talking about elite. I would say Canelo is in the good to the great to possibly because he's faded. I'll give you that. He has faded. But I'm talking about currently right now the elite fighters. Inoue, Usyk, Bivol, and Crawford.
Crawford, go up to 75 and beat Bivol or Benavidez. Then I say he's everything you guys say he was.
As soon as Tank go up to fight, go up to 47. As soon as Tank go up to 47 to fight Devin.
Tank ain't got nothing to do with this. Ain't nobody saying that Tank is the greatest fighter on earth.
Okay then. All right then.
Greg, I get it. You don't like people that give them backhanded comments like I see all the time. Oh, I just like Crawford so much, but there's no way he beats whatever. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a backhanded
No,
compliment.
no,
So
I don't like Crawford. I'm on record as saying that I don't like
agree a
Crawford.
lot. I know you don't. I know you're not a Crawford fan, and so therefore you can't really fully give him his credit. And so you like. So to me, nothing he'll ever do will be good enough just to satisfy you. He goes there and he fights
Let me tell you, no. Let me tell you what it is about me and Terence Crawford and why I have an issue with him. I think he is and the reason why I know what he does is because I work in corporate America and I just know that people do this in general. So let me tell you a common play in corporate America, right? It's you're a leader, right? You're in a leadership position. And then you create this amazing strategy, right? It sounds good. It sounds good on the surface, but underneath you have nothing that actually is executable. So what you do is you tie it to, you create a great sales pitch, you get people bought in, and then when the actual results happen, you tie it into whatever results you can to say this was successful. Look how great I am. And then by the time people find out that your story and everything that you did was full of shit, you're on to the next opportunity where you're at a higher level. Then somebody's going to say you're going to do the same thing. It's like rinse and repeat, right? So it's a situation with Terence Crawford where I just feel like you create a facade at this level, understanding that really the parameters below this are really not that impressive, right? It's like, okay, I want to pass the bar exam, right? And you know that everybody around you is going to think passing the bar exam is so impressive, but you know that there's a loophole that you can exploit where like 2 parts of the bar exam you don't even have to even deal with. Those are the 2 weakest parts for you. That's where you're the weakest. And so these other areas, you can pass these areas and then you just get your law degree or you've passed the bar. To me, you understand that, but people don't understand those other things that fall below the surface. That's what I think Terence Crawford is. I think he creates the narrative that this is such a great accomplishment, but the underneath things that are really tied to this are really not that impressive, and people focus on this big picture thing. I think Spence was well calculated. I think Canelo is another calculation that I think going to end up going wrong. But they are calculating, because I'm going to tell you something. 4 years ago, they wouldn't have even thought to go up to fight Canelo. They wouldn't have even risked. They would have been like, hell no, we're not going up to fight Canelo. But because this version of Canelo looks a little bit less than what we've seen over the last 4 years, they're not willing to do it. He is calculating, and then he will use that calculation because he'll know that he got a legion of people that will support no matter what. And then 10 years down the line, people will have forgotten that he was depleted. That's the issue I have with him.
Bro, I understand, but you can say the same thing for a lot of people. You think Evander Holyfield fought diminished Mike Tyson. Yeah,
of course.
Said he was supposed to fight before he went to the prison, whatever, but he fought a diminished Mike Tyson. It doesn't diminish the fact that he beat him up. I can even tell you James Toney fought an even more diminished Evander Holyfield later and beat him. But nobody in the right mind would have thought Holyfield versus James Toney would have had a fight or would have won whatever. When Kelly Pavlik beat up Roy Jones, clowned him, nobody in his right mind would have ever thought Kelly Pavlik would have beat up prime Roy Jones. But it was calculated, and so it still happened. So, yeah, I agree with you. Some things can be calculated, but it still doesn't diminish the fact that they won because both signed up for it. Both signed up for it. And so, therefore, when Crawford wins, this will be like he won.
So hold on. There's a couple.
Nobody talks about when Canelo beat Cotto, when he beat Sugar Shane Mosley. Nobody said, well, he beat an old Sugar Shane Mosley. No, they just said he beat Sugar Shane Mosley. He beat Cotto. They were both when he beat what's that doggone that lost to Andre Ward twice.
Here's my issue with what you're saying. I don't have an issue. Like everything that you're saying is fine. I don't have an issue with that. But I think there's two problems with your premise and how you're trying to use it against my argument. Number one, Terence Crawford purposely tries to figure out ways to get there. There's a difference between I'm fighting Mike Tyson because this is a guy that I should have fought years ago. I'm depleted. He's depleted. It's just a big fight.
Yeah.
No. And then on top of that, Evander Holyfield's career is not based off of a facade of just Mike Tyson. He also got the Bo fights. He also got the Lennox Lewis fights. So his resume is based off of a gamut of him being in there what we know were elite fighters. Terence Crawford has fought a bunch of guys that have been depleted. Lennox Lewis wasn't depleted when Evander Holyfield got in the ring with him. Crawford purposely calculates just like LeBron James. And that's why I don't like LeBron.
So you believe it's so basically you tell me everything I need to say. So therefore, there's no way he can ever win nationally because in your mind, nothing he does is actually because he's not fighting people at the quote unquote their prime, whatever, or at least what you perceive to be their prime. So therefore, there's literally nothing that he can do. So I mean,
yes, there is. Go beat Bivol. Go beat Bivol.
See what I'm saying? But he'll support.
You keep moving. You keep moving. You keep moving the goalposts because the thing about it is, it's not about go fight you. You're looking for anybody that you think can beat him. So therefore, you can be like, "See, I told you."
No. Because I fully expect Bivol to beat him.
Bivol name is Canelo not good enough? Why you keep bringing up people at once?
No. All I'm saying is that he's asking me, what would it take for me to be like, oh, he's that guy? It's to fight a guy who is on the ascension and not on the diminish. Period. A great fighter who is on the ascension, not a guy that you guys have admitted that he's declining.
Hold on. How you gonna say that? But you were supporting Errol Spence fighting Kell Brook. You not making sense.
What are you talking about, Kell Brook? What are you talking about?
Kell Brook has got his over the bone broke by Triple G.
Hold on. So, number one, Spence was his mandatory. Number two, they were both at 47. Number three, they were all in their 20s.
You don't care about the belts, Greg. That's well established on here.
No, I'm not talking about what I care about. I'm not talking about what I care about. I'm talking about what Errol cared about. I don't even see how this is even. We are not. Hold on. Is Errol Spence supposed to be considered the greatest fighter? What a special fighter, like a generational fighter? Because nobody said that.
According to y'all, before he got his.
No, I never said that. Nope. So that's a lie. So you're talking about a generational fighter. So if you're talking about a generational fighter, then we got to hold him to high standards. He can't beat the goddamn Victor Postals and all these guys of the world, or the guys that do have names. They're on the decline. I'm sorry, brother. If you're telling me he's generational, then beat another generational fighter, or at least a great fighter.
He wasn't on the decline when you picked him, but he wasn't on the decline when you picked him, though, Greg.
When I picked who?
According to you and your analysis, he wasn't on the decline. You ain't say nothing about him being on the decline in your analysis. You just let us listen to.
Oh man, I did that analysis back in 2019. I did that back in 2019, bro.
No. I'm saying when you made your predictions, every prediction you made about Bud versus Spence, you ain't never mentioned shit about him being on the decline. Why is he on the decline after he get his ass whooped?
Hey, look, we all knew he was on the decline. But again, let me finish. Hey, let me finish.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it like that. I was actually talking to my boy. But so Errol Spence, I keep going back to conventional wisdom. Conventional wisdom would have suggested that Errol Spence was on the decline, and I think many of us in the back of our mind knew that was the case, but did not say what we thought was the case and still went with him. So yes, in hindsight, that was wrong. So similarly, conventional wisdom would suggest that Terence Crawford gonna get his ass whooped, and that's what's gonna happen.
Wait. So you admit you was delusional? That's what you're saying. I was delusional.
Right. And more importantly, let's just stop the nonsense. Two things could be true. Errol Spence is still the same Errol Spence that beat Porter. He beat Garcia.
No, that's not the same Errol.
All these other ones, and on the same coat that Crawford is just better than him. But it doesn't take away from. It's almost like when Craig beat up Debo at the end of the fight. In Friday, it didn't mean that Debo's still not Debo. Debo's still Debo. It's just that Craig was able to beat him up. So it's just like, I think because the way that Crawford beat him up, it made everybody diminish. It made like, well, you know, he was hurt. No, Errol Spence was still Errol Spence. He just ran into somebody who was actually better. And that's the part that you need to give credit to. Like, okay, yeah, Spence is good. Spence is the same boogeyman, the body collector, whatever, the eye collector, and all the stuff. He's still that same person, but he just ran into somebody who was better. Just like when Foreman beat up Norton, beat up Joe Louis, all this other.
You know, it's like
Ali
when
was just better. Ali was just better.
It's like when old boy what his name is, Shisui, ran into Donzo and got his eye snatched. Come on now.
Hey man, you know, Rick, you know, man, I liked you before you came on and started talking, man. Like when your number first popped in, I said Rick is a nice guy, man. I like this guy. Then you start talking crazy, man. Now I don't know, Rick. I don't know. Hold on, I gotta bring somebody else in. No, 914. 914, you in the building, fam. What's going on?
Yeah, what's up? This is Damian DH. How you doing, man?
Doing well, man. How are you?
Good. I got obviously the Buttercups are in full force.
Yo, good. Thank you. Oh, God. These Bud fans.
I mean, this is insane. This is insane. I mean, we still reaching back to Errol Spence. I keep saying this every situation. Like, we still reaching back to Errol Spence. Like, Crawford didn't have a fight in between that, and he's a year off from that. So we could just go by, you know, I mean, Terence Crawford, good fighter, less than stellar resume. All we can do is judge people off the competition they fight and how they perform in those fights. And that's what determines a great fighter. Mm-hmm. So that's why people make what they make out of resume, because it's literally the only litmus test they have. So, I mean, I could say, oh, I saw Terence Crawford and Adames sparring however many years ago, and Adames was giving Crawford the business. What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. It's the same thing with Crawford fighting post-style and honestly, like all of this talk about Crawford being big, Crawford being at his, you know, he doesn't have to drain down and stuff like that. Where's all the people saying he was a weight bully? Where's all the people criticizing him? Where's all the people? Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's saying anything because it doesn't fit their narrative, and the bias is kind of nuts. Listen, Vegas still has Canelo the favorite. I go with Vegas, and you know it's a little tighter because of what Canelo didn't do in the Skull fight, not because of anything Bud's done. It's because of how Canelo looked in the Skull fight, and he's still the favorite. We got to stop. Vegas
is the end of
the wait to this fight to be
because Vegas had the ball. Vegas had the ball as a
Why you interrupting? Why you interrupting?
I'm just saying. You brought up Vegas. Vegas had the ball as a huge underdog. So Vegas can get it wrong. So don't act as if Vegas is the litmus.
He wasn't a huge underdog.
No, let him lose his money.
Yes, he was. He was a huge underdog. Go back and look at
look up the sports betting line. I swear to God.
You can go look at the Dubois and AJ betting lines when they opened up.
Are you actually gonna cite a source, or are you just gonna talk? Because it's like you give the source.
You should know, right?
You give the source because you said, "Oh, Vegas still got no." So what does Vegas have right now? What does Vegas have Canelo right now with -8, 150 something like that?
Let him put his money on Canelo, so we can laugh at it.
What is it? Let him cares? Is he the favorite or not? Is he the favorite or not?
So I don't know what this.
Emotional shit is kind of weird.
So let me ask. Hold on, guys. We can't all talk. We can't all talk at. Hold on, guys. We can't all talk at one time. We can't all talk at one time. Hold on, real quick. Let me give y'all this information.
I'm gonna let Vegas determine who I pick to win a fight.
No, You didn't see. That's the problem because you're so emotional.
No, you're emotional because you come in with no facts.
Fuck?
You have no facts, sir.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Favorite or not?
Hold on. Let me get guys. Hold on. Let me
Right?
give you guys the information. So when leading up to the fight, this was May 7th, 2022. I guess is what the information is coming from. It says that Canelo was, and I don't know what this means because I don't bet, but Canelo was -450 to -550. Dimitri Bivol was +350 to +400, whatever that means.
That's a huge.
So yeah,
He's a huge underdog. So don't go with just because the same using Las Vegas odds. Las Vegas I'm pretty sure had what Douglas as a huge underdog versus beating Mike Tyson.
You move the topic.
No. I'm using what you said because you using right now. You're trying to say just because Canelo can be the favorite, just like he was the favorite versus Bivol.
Yo,
and guess what?
What is it? What is it about you that doesn't listen to what I said? I said the reason why he's the favorite. No, I said the reason why he's the favorite or why it's even as close. The odds are even as close as they are, is because of what Canelo looked like, not anything that Bud did. So that's the problem. You don't listen. The second you hear any kind of criticism, you just go into attack.
Okay, come on, brother. Go on. Bet your house, bet your mortgage, bet your car.
What does any of this have? Like,
because you trying to look, just because it doesn't matter. Because the thing about it is because just because Vegas can have somebody favorite doesn't mean that your argument is trash because
I'm not making. I'm just saying facts.
Because
so far
you haven't said any facts yet. You haven't said any facts yet. Are you coming in with some bullshit
is Canelo the favorite?
Yes, he Canelo the favorite. He was the favorite.
Canelo the favorite
versus Bivol.
Once again, that's a fact. Once again, you want to say another lie?
I said he's.
You want to say another lie?
But no, I'm saying I agree with you. Canelo is the favorite, but does that mean that Canelo's going to win?
Lying. I haven't been just saying opinion. That is the
fact,
right?
You are lying because I called you out.
Let's get on. Let's get on.
Exactly. Let's move on from this because it's ridiculous, bro.
Man, we just gotta.
You're emotional about it. That's fine.
No, you haven't bought.
Feel emotional about it.
What else? What else you got to? What else you got to talk about besides the big?
Exactly, because you haven't bought.
Who are you? Who are you? I'm sorry. You're the host.
Who am I?
No.
Yeah.
But we were talking with Greg, so therefore Greg, we could counterpoint. Only thing you came in there, we'll talk about Las Vegas, just because. Okay.
Yeah.
Who are you to move me along? That's what I'm saying. This is the weirdo shit. Like it's weirdo stuff. Like stop.
Let's not
activity.
Yeah, let's let that go. At the end of the day,
please.
I think we got my boy. What's your name again? 914? Damien. Okay, we got Damien in the building, man, and man, I just feel like the Bud fans, all of a sudden when they hear somebody come in and just push back, man, it was just a level of vitriol, Rick and my boy. Come on, man, like y'all gotta let him talk, man.
That's the thing. I didn't say anything disrespectful about Bud, his team, nothing. But that's what I'm saying. It's emotion. It's an emotional response. Like you don't like what you're hearing because it's not in line with your narrative. That's fine. People are saying all types of things about Canelo, about Bud, right or wrong. That's fine. That's an opinion. But if I say something factual, and then I put my opinion on that fact, then I mean, what are we talking about? And then you try to move me on to another. Like you're not the host.
Are you emotional? Are you emotional? You sound like it.
Hey man, let's get off. Let's
another method that you oddballs use.
Let's get off. Hey guys. No. Let's get off.
Listen, 2 weeks. Listen, 2 weeks. The fight is 2 weeks away. Another fight. The fight is 2 weeks away. Once it's over, like I hope everything happens the way you want it, so you don't crash out. Because what you're showing right now is a level of connection to this that is not healthy. So I really hope everything goes the way you want it to. I hope the fight is great. I hope it's not a letdown. I think it's going to be a letdown. That's my opinion, based off of things that have happened before with Canelo fights. You think it's going to be this big thing, and then it happens to not be a big thing. People think they're going to do something, and they don't do it. And that's based off of facts. So
Charlo was an example. Plant is an example.
Yeah, Like,
Right. Yeah, I
José
forgot about
Lopez,
him, man.
Amir Khan, like
I
everything,
forgot
like
about Charlo,
seriously.
man. Damn, my bad, man. Yeah, that performance was so forgettable. Man. Damn. Shit.
Hey, man, I can't wait till Crawford get put in the dirt, man, so all you bitches can come on here and cry.
That's what I need to see. That's what I need to see. So therefore, when Crawford wins, we can call back up in the space show and you get, oh man, I can't wait to hear all the excuses.
Boy, he
But,
he
the
better not
caller that
become
just
one with the
came
earth.
in, you know? Hey, but who the caller that just came in? You know, I'm just keep you in mind because you're gonna be another one that don't show up after the fight. You know.
What are you talking
You
about?
know.
What, like, what?
You know how I know how y'all can be.
I swear to God,
I
swear, yo.
But I'm just saying, I know how y'all.
What
can
does
be.
it matter? What does it matter? Who
I just like who I think
will win. You don't even know who I think will win. I never said who will win.
I don't care who you got winning, bro.
Okay, so say that.
When you said
and don't imply that.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you
winning,
directly.
you know.
Who do you think's gonna win? I'm gonna ask you directly. Who do you think's gonna win? Put your name on.
I'm going with Canelo. But
exactly, that's what I thought.
What the fuck?
Everything you said, everything you said.
Look at the facts. Okay, let's look at the facts. Let's look at
the fact that Canelo's lost twice already.
Canelo lost twice.
He knows how to switch it on, or he knows how to. No, I'm gonna look at what each one of them do. Was Crawford getting tagged with right hands against Madrimov? Yes.
Yep, he was.
So listen, Canelo has a deceptive jab. He hooks off the jab. He has a deceptive jab right hand that he throws. He inches forward, just like Madrimov does. The only time that he actually jumped was to jump away from Crawford's counter. Canelo's not going to do that. Yeah, he's going to be there for counters, but see, this is more stuff we don't know. We don't know if Crawford punches are going to look like Charlo's. What if Crawford's shots just bounce off of him like it did against Charlo?
Right.
We don't know. So I'm going to go with what we do know. That's all I'm saying. So if I pick Canelo, right, I'm going off of history and what everybody's tactics are. If Crawford goes in there and does something amazing, like all praises to be Crawford. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, if somebody picks Canelo, that's not to deride Crawford. That's just common sense. Most people pick a bigger guy against a smaller guy.
No, when I pick Canelo, it's definitely to deride Terence Crawford. That is the sole intent.
Greg is definitely trust me. Greg, if he could be fighting a 100-year-old person, and Greg, a 100-year-old person, he got experience. He gonna be
man. Doug can be in there going toe to toe with Lucifer. He said,
"Yeah." He gonna say, "Well, I think the devil gonna beat him."
Damn right. But hey, you know what, guys? I appreciate you guys for calling in today. We at the 2.5 hour mark. I actually got to go up and start preparing dinner. Unfortunately, because I got to get it early because I got to pick my daughter up. She got a social life. She's 12 years old, and apparently I'm her chauffeur. So I appreciate you guys calling in, man. Thank you all, Damien, Rick, and my boy ASVP TV. Thank you guys for calling in. Everybody that gave to the channel today, I want to thank you guys as well. Let me give a shout out to you guys. Jerry Soriano gave the 20 COP. Pork Chop hit us with the $1.99. Gregory Quattlebaum hit us with the $5. Pork Chop again with the $4.99. G80 Jack hit us with the $4.99. Capital M $1.99. Jerry Soriano again with the 10,000 COP. Boxing Hacker with the $2. And Jerry Soriano again with the 20,000 COP. Yeah, man, very much so appreciated. I'll be back with content this week. It might be a little scarce on Tuesday as I'm super busy on Tuesday. Some things I got to get done. But definitely on Monday, be back with content. Hopefully also on Wednesday, be back with some content as well. We inch closer and closer to this fight. I'm looking forward to it. Going to have a fight party. Want to make sure that we get as many of you guys there with us as well. Should be really, really exciting. So I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, man, we'll catch up on the next one. Peace.